Hey, surprise! Here we are once again. Not really a surprise, is it? We're always here at the same exact time on Friday nights.
That's right. It's Friday night.
Hooray!
And we're gonna usher you out into the weekend. By having a drink with you and talking about anything you guys want to talk about in terms of the old cases that we did. Anything fucking.
You always say that like I'm gonna remember any of the details of that stuff, like on the fly.
But but I've already been drinking. I've been pre-gaming.
Yeah, quite a bit.
I was at the biker bar. I already had some shit to drink. Fucking guys that were there, fucking with new bikes that they picked up. A friend of mine showed up a brand new Harley. Well, it's brand new to him. He only paid $2,000 for it. It's a fucking Harley Softail, 2004. And it fucking looked great. I said, "You got that for $2,000?" He goes, "Yeah, my neighbor sold it to me." So I had to put another $1,000 into it. But I was like, "Oh man, no, you stole that shit." He put a little bikini fairing on it and everything. I said, "Man, you stole my new girlfriend because fucking that's what I've been looking for." He goes, "I got you, bitch." I said, "Yeah, man, I was looking for that." The price point, and it was like a sweet bike, not a fucked up bike for $2,000. It was a sweet bike. It just needed a couple things, and it's a cool little bar hopper, you know, no bags or anything, just a little fucking Harley Softail. Had a little bitch bar on it and a stiletto seat. That was it. I said that was exactly what I was looking for. He got it for $2,000.
Well, I mean, if he got one, then maybe there's other ones out there.
I told him about the one my cousin
somewhere.
I told him about the one that my cousin was offering me for $3,000, but it's red. I don't want a red bike, and it's a nice red.
What's wrong?
So
with
it's not like
one?
I'm gonna. It's like if I were to repaint it, I would feel like shit. You know what I mean? To cover up that red, but yeah. Anyway, everybody's fucking starting to filter in because the show's just going. Looks like fucking Tanya's in. I was trading music videos with Klaus. Showed him some Corey. He seemed to like that. And I don't know who else is in there.
Well, a long time ago, American Military asked us a question.
What did he say?
That I wanted to answer.
Go ahead.
Jenny and Tom, what is the most what the fuck did I just watch film either of you have seen? I've seen a lot of those.
Oh,
it's kind of hard to. Well, what do you mean by what the fuck did I just watch? Is it in the sense of like being like so fucked up and gory?
Yeah.
Or so fucking weird you're just like, what the fuck were they smoking?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to give some parameters.
I mean, I guess I could give like examples of both of those things, I suppose, but as far as shit that was like fucked up or disturbing, and this probably wouldn't be, I mean, a Serbian film, obviously, but that's what everyone says. Probably Martyrs, the French one. Just the whole concept of that, and like even some of the gore was like pretty nasty and shit like that. As far as like what the fuckery, one of the first thing I thought of was Tusk, and then I also thought of The Greasy Strangler, just in terms of like fucking weird, like why the fuck did they make this movie?
He amended it. He amended that. He said that he means what the fuck, like what the fuck.
What the fuck, kind of weird. Anything like, I don't know, like Jodorowsky or anybody like that, like Santa Sangre or shit like that, or Holy Mountain, where you're just kind of like, I don't know, like so shit like that where it's just like really, really fucking weird. There's that too. I guess Greasy Strangler could fall under that.
Yeah,
I mean, that one was gross, but like not gory or horror gross. It was just like, why?
The only thing that really sticks with me is a what the fuck kind of movie. It's like, what the fuck are they talking about? And then I'm watching it, and then when it was over, I then realized it was a masterpiece and loved it. That had been Art of Self-Defense. To me, that was kind of like, what the fuck? But then once I got out of the theater, Jen was with me and I was driving back, and I was just recalculating everything that I had seen, and it was all lining up with, yeah, that's right. Yeah, fucking, which is...
Yeah, that one wasn't really weird to me.
But it's not weird.
It's a specific kind of sense of humor.
Yeah.
Which I got.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure, like, if you would like it or not.
But it was also kind of true.
Yeah.
You know, I like that one. It's about martial arts. And martial arts cults. And he knew what he was talking about. He was just seeing it from a certain point of view. But it doesn't mean it wasn't true. Yeah, that is kind of, that it was, it's a masterpiece if you want to see it. The Art of Self-Defense had Jesse Eisenberg was in it, and his little girlfriend he's always working with, she was in it. And it was just a great story. And it's based in truth. Based in fucking kind of like the Black Dragon Fighting Society with fucking, what's his name, that crazy bitch.
Dante.
Count Dante. Yeah, it was kind of like that kind of shit, which is actually the way a lot of those martial arts fucking dojos, that they were kind of like that in the early 70s before they became something you'd see in a shopping mall. You sent kids to it, you know. But yeah, that was a good one. I can't really think of any movie that was like, what the fuck were they thinking? And I didn't understand it and didn't appreciate it. Most of the movies that I saw that were like, what the fuck? I was like, why? What the fuck? Why were they fucking bothering? That's more.
Yeah, I kind of feel. I was gonna say
a lot of that.
American Military said the Greasy Strangler was very John Waters-esque. Yeah, I'll give it that. You can tell that John Waters was a big influence on that. And he said, and High Desert said, I love The Holy Mountain. That is a weird fucking movie though, but I really liked it. Granther said, my most what the fuck movie was the rock opera Tommy. Yeah, I could kind of see that. But to me, as you know what, a movie that I wish had been a what the fuck movie, but it needed to be more what the fuck, was Deathbed, the Bed That Eats. Because what a great title and what a great concept. And they kind of whiffed it. Like, yeah. It kind of had a couple of cool scenes in it, and it's just like a funny and inherently funny concept that you could do a lot of interesting shit with. And I feel like it was mostly just kind of boring. Yeah. And I was like, you really could have done a lot with that.
That's the problem with.
Why didn't you go the Velocipaster route?
Yeah, lean into silliness.
Just lean into it.
Yeah,
but then be like really genuine and about it too.
Yeah, because your average what the fuck for me is not impressive.
It takes a lot to weird me out.
Yeah, it's usually kind of like it's incompetent or it's boring, you know, something like that. But there are some really bad movies that are kind of fascinating, but it's the ones that you know, fucking riff tracks would focus on, which is anything from Nugan, that dude.
Yeah, James Nguyen or whatever his name is.
James Nugan or
no, it's Nguyen.
Nguyen,
I think is how you pronounce it.
Yeah, I don't know how to
pronounce
it.
Birdemic or
Birdemic.
He did one called Replica or something like Riff Tracks have done a bunch of his movies, and like I said, those movies are kind of what the fuck because it seems like a person that's like made them that's like an alien in a skin suit. Like he doesn't really understand actual human behavior.
Well,
and he seems like a nice enough man. It's just
the thing with that guy is that he's not Western. I think he's from an Eastern country. I think.
But I've seen lots and lots of movies by Asian directors, and they have people doing normal shit.
Yeah, but what country is that he's from? Fucking Philippines? The Philippines, maybe?
I'm not sure, actually.
He's from one of the Eastern countries, not Japan or Korea. I think it was like the Philippines. And he's the first immigrant into the United States, and he's trying to tell stories that would kind of do well in the American market. And he's using a lot of stereotypical white people stereotypes. He's basing his movies on that. So he's kind of making movies to appeal to white people. But it's his version of white people. And he doesn't really know how white people live. And he just comes... Like, he thinks that dating is you see a girl and you like her, so you follow her home.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a good way to get your face shot off.
And say, I saw you downtown. You're going to get killed if you do that. Yeah.
Police!
Right. And for him...
As every normal woman.
Dating involved with girls straddling you and sitting on your lap.
While you're like laying on the couch.
While you're on the couch.
He's laying on the couch.
That's over and over and over again. Because that's something you don't see in the East, but you would like see it in the West.
But they had all their clothes on. That was what.
Yeah, they had all their clothes on. But that's not something you would see in the East. But that might be something you'd see in the West, maybe back in the 1970s in a movie briefly or something. So for some reason that stuck with him. He saw that, and that was different to him. So he just kept putting that. He thought that was sexy, I guess. And that's what it is to date between white people. Is you're a white guy and you follow a white girl home.
You just randomly see a pretty white girl.
Knock on her door and say, "I saw you and you're beautiful," and I ask you out for a date. And then
like,
she sits on your lap and straddles you, fucking
like,
cowgirl style.
That would literally never
on the
happen.
couch and while you watch television, and that's just over and over again. And that's really
all
like,
of his movies are kind of like that.
Yeah,
but they're kind of interesting for that reason because you're like.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a social outsider who's not really in Western society, but it's his opinion of or his fantasy of how it goes with white people, and then a very limited budget. I think that's also
clearly.
Yeah, and,
but
and he thinks that white dudes follow white girls home and ask them out, and then they straddle
some
him.
do, but those dudes are serial killers.
Yeah, and they straddle them, and then they talk about solar panels and global warming, and
she's just like totally fascinated by his boring as fuck corporate job.
Yeah,
and she is just entranced by him droning on and on about it. I'm just like,
I forgot about that.
Kill me.
You impress a white woman by having a desk job.
And talking about it at great length.
And talking about, what company you work for. That's
not how she's like goes. Totally all interested in it. Oh, really? How is I'm like, that's
what
that
corporation
again
you work for?
Would also never happen.
Yeah.
She'd be like, shut the fuck up, bro. You're really boring.
Which is kind of the Eastern take on Western dating.
Maybe some boring people really do date like that. I'm not sure. But
no.
It's just like,
no.
I never experienced that ever.
No. They don't give a shit.
Some people are naming some more. Oh, now see, CB says, Welcome to Derry is a mindfuck. We're gonna start watching that. We just finished Wednesday last night, the second season of Wednesday.
Yeah, it was great.
Which I loved that. I think that was even better than like the first season.
I think it was Tim Burton directed and produced it.
Tim Burton directed some of the episodes, but not all of them.
Okay. Because it said it most of the time on the.
Yeah, I think. Well, I noticed. I think it was like maybe he did 3 or 4 of the episodes. Okay. I think. Because I was
all-star cast. A lot of people showed up in it. Christopher Lloyd was in it.
Yeah, being a head in a jar.
Yeah.
Joanna Lumley was in it, playing Grandmama.
Yeah.
She was great.
Billy Piper from from Doctor Who was in it.
Yeah.
Just a good movie. Good kind of like young adult adventure, but also adults can enjoy it.
The bit where Wednesday and Enid swapped bodies was priceless.
Yeah. And there's like
that was so good.
There's fucking what's her name? Fucking Wednesday. She got a mini me.
Yeah.
She got a mini me. Girl.
I've seen that girl, that actress before.
She's cute.
Like she's kind of creepy looking. But
yeah, she's cute. Creepy.
She's got really big eyes.
She tries to do everything that fucking Wednesday does.
Agnes, that girl's name.
Wednesday's fucking bossing her around, trying to get rid of her.
And she can turn invisible.
Yeah, she can go invisible.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, the first season was a lot of fun too.
Yeah, I noticed like I had a mini me.
Yes, you did.
I had a mini me. But she's got then.
And he was almost as cringy as her.
Yeah,
too.
he was almost as cringy.
Although she ends up being cool
towards the end. Yeah. Well, it takes a while to warm up to her. She's just trying to make friends.
Yeah.
But there is kind of a love triangle between her, Enid, and
Wednesday. Yeah.
What's her name?
Agnes is the girl's name.
Yeah, Agnes is the There's kind of a love triangle there. They're trying.
Well, they're kind of competing for who's going to be Wednesday's best friend kind of
attention,
thing. Yeah. And Wednesday's like not having it because she doesn't do that kind of crap.
She don't give a shit. But it's good. It's real good. Good writing, good storytelling. What I really did like about the second season is that they really are trying to hand down goth culture to the younger generation. They fucking played. Fucking No Time to Cry from Sisters of Mercy was fucking in it.
Yeah, that was the scene with the bonfire.
Yeah, a lot of covers. Sweet Dreams cover from Rhythmics.
There's some Rocky Erickson in there.
Yeah, they did all kinds of stuff.
Somebody did. Actually, they did kind of cello versions of Losing My Religion and Don't Fear the Reaper and Sweet Dreams.
She was Wednesday's running around in these big platform fucking dress shoes, and I said, this is like New Rocks. So I went and looked up, see what shoes those were. They were actually Prada. The shit was expensive, fucking almost $1,000 shoes that girl was wearing.
Yeah.
$1,000 goth shoes. They really weren't all that good. They were cool, but they weren't that cool.
I mean, in context, though, that makes
For
sense.
$300, you can get good.
Because her family is actually really wealthy.
Yeah, they're rich. The Adamses are fucking super wealthy.
So they would buy her all the best stuff, you know.
Yeah, all designer shit. I looked up to see what she wore throughout the seasons and everything, and everything was designer.
Gramter says Koyaanisqatsi was a little whack. I actually really liked Koyaanisqatsi. He made didn't he make another one that I don't remember what it was called, but I haven't seen that one. But I saw that one. I mean, I feel like that's something you need to see in the theater, though. You know what I mean? Because it needs to be like big. And Gramps also said Rocky Horror Picture Show was a total what the fuck at its time. Now a beloved classic. Yeah, I feel like it was weird back then, but it's not weird nowadays. I guess because it's been stuff like that has been done so many times. And then Gramter said 1984 with John Hurt and Richard Burton was a total what the fuck movie for Gramter before he read Orwell's book. Yeah, I feel like you probably should read the book before. Oh, and American Military says Wedding Trough, aka A Man and His Pig from 1974, is the most what the fuck film I've ever seen. I don't think I've heard of that one, but now okay, I'm gonna write that down because I might have to see that. I might have to see that. Wedding Trough. I can imagine. Is it what I'm imagining, or am I like way off? You know what I'm probably imagining. You know what I mean? Yeah, Oracle said, I like that Agnes ended up becoming part of Wednesday's circle when she stopped being a bad imitation of Wednesday. Yeah, once she kind of came into her own personality and showed that she could just be herself and not have to suck up to somebody else. Yeah. You know?
Well, she was in love with her.
Yeah.
Trying to get her attention.
Yeah.
Trying to hang out with her.
Kind of creepy, but, you know. But it ended up being okay.
It happens.
And
I've been through it.
Well, yeah. It's pretty common, actually.
Gramper said that Apocalypse Now was a what the fuck film. Is that not really? I think a lot of people didn't understand it, but if you did time in the army, in the military, no, it made sense. I think people didn't really understand the meaning of it, the ending, but it's obvious once you kind of fucking understand, once you kind of live that life, I guess you could say. It all boils down to what Colonel Kurtz says. He tells a story, two stories. One about the snail crawling across the edge of a straight razor, being cut open but yet surviving. And he says that's the way the United States Army was in Vietnam. It was fighting, but not being destroyed, but not achieving anything. And later on, he says he came to his vision of how to win the war when he was with the Special Forces, and they went into a town to inoculate all the children. And then when they left, a villager came chasing after them, and that was hysterical and out of their mind. They went back to the village where they inoculated the children, and they found a big pile of little children's inoculated arms. And he said, once I saw that, it hit me like a fucking bullet, like a diamond bullet in my mind. I realized that that's how we have to win this war. How do you take totally moral men and get them, normal, average moral men, how do you get them to do something like that, to cut these little children's arms off? If you have fucking men like that, only a few thousand men like that, then our war here in Vietnam will be over very quickly. And he was absolutely right. That's what he started doing. He started going after people. He was using horror. In other words, terrorism. Using that, they were winning. But the army came after him, and he had to go to Cambodia to hide with his cult of followers. It was a war cult. Real war is not corporate. Real war is tribal, and it's murder. That's what it is. It's not some organized thing. He says, how can you tell young men that writing fuck on the side of their airplanes is immoral, and then have those same men go out and drop fire on little children? So that's what that whole movie was about. War is immoral. And if you dive into it head first, you'll win. In other words, it's a race to the gutter. There's no reason killing soldiers doesn't work because they'll just replace them with more soldiers. You have to kill the leaders and the families of the leaders and the children of the leaders. If you just go after soldiers, then they can just keep it up forever. That's what he's talking about.
American Military says, when I said I was going to write down Wedding Trough, he said, if you watch it, you'll be sorry. It's what you're imagining. So you're probably saying I should either not watch it or watch it on a day when I'm not going to eat. Probably. Granther says Magnolia. That's another Tom Cruise what the fuck movie. Yeah.
Never saw that one, I went.
Yeah, I saw it. It was real good, like a long time ago. Somebody also said he said Vanilla Sky. Also, I've been wanting to review that one. That's a remake though of a Spanish film.
Is that the one that had the UFO at the very end?
I can't remember. It was a long time ago. And Zach said Under the Skin was major what the fuck for me. Yeah, that was a weird fucking movie.
Some of the what the fuck movies are what the fuck because they're just poorly made. So don't give it more credit than like for instance, the Transfer movies were a good idea, but they're not what the fuck movies. They're just really badly made. Really bad budget. I remember at Transfers, we saw Transfers when I was a kid in high school, and parts of it stuck with me. I liked the movie at the time, and I bought the movie, went back and watched it. It's horrible. Unwatchable. And incoherent.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it.
It's incoherent. Yeah.
And I like bad movies.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But, yeah, for me, like, a what the fuck movie, and like I said, I maybe have a different criteria than other people, because I very rarely see something I'm just like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, what was that all about? But I think it has to be where it's clear that the filmmaker had a vision and was trying to tell a certain story, but you're kind of like so removed from their process that you don't understand like where they're coming from. Like, you know that they have a process and that they have a vision. You just don't know what it is because their mindset is so different to yours. You know what I mean? Like, if you just have a good idea for a movie and you make it badly, I mean, I don't know. I guess that could turn out being a what the fuck movie. Look at that fucking Canadian movie Things, for Christ's sake.
What's it called?
It's called Things.
I don't know that one.
And they made it for what looked like about $5. And it's just two kind of hosers looking, and I could not even fathom why they even wanted to make a movie in the first place. What the fuck is this even about? It seemed like 90% of the movie was just them like hanging around, like in the kitchen, like eating sandwiches and drinking beer. And I was like, what? Why? Why did you bother? Why did you bother with this? It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's terrible. And by that criteria, because people say, you know, they always say, oh, Manos the Hands of Fate and stuff like that. Manos the Hands of Fate is fucking Citizen Kane next to fucking Things. At least Manos the Hands of Fate, yeah, it had like a lot of spots in it where you could tell they were trying to pad the runtime out. A lot of bad movies have that. But at its heart, it actually did have a good concept. It did have some, like, legit kind of creepy moments. It was just sort of hamstrung by, you know, they didn't really have much money, and they didn't really have the right equipment, and they didn't really know what they were doing.
It was a first attempt, also.
Yeah, and, you know, and obviously it resonated with people. I mean, I don't think anyone would have remembered it if it hadn't been on MST3K. I think they sort of rescued it from obscurity. And, but there is some stuff in there that's just like, I don't like, fucking bizarre. You know what I mean? But, you know, but I actually enjoy that one a lot more than some of the other movies that I saw on that show. You know, if you want to see something really boring, watch The Blood Waters of Dr. Z, also called Zat, which was shot in Florida, actually.
The Florida fucking
And
classic.
it's just like a schlubby, chubby, greasy, child molester looking dude with greasy hair walking around for like 80% of the movie.
And he becomes
and then he tries to turn himself into a fish.
Yeah, fish man.
But he ends up kind of looking like the Gill Man, sort of.
Yeah.
Kind of. And you're not really clear on what his end game is. He's trying to, like, take over the world, I guess, but it's like he's going about it in a really...
Somebody decided to make a movie.
Roundabout way.
It's just somebody decided to make a movie. That's all it was.
And it has a great folk song. Like, it has its own theme song. Sashay Through the Sargassum. It's really something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really something. Actually, I think there's more than one song in it now that I'm thinking about it. So obviously, like, whoever made that movie, it was like had some friends that were in bands. It's like, hey, you want to be in my movie? Because I think there's like a scene in there with the band and they play their whole ass song. You know what I mean? Hilarious. Kind of like one of those fucking... Who's that motherfucker? Ray Dennis Steckler, like the guy that made the incredibly strange creatures that died and came back as mixed up zombies or whatever the hell that thing is called. And they always had their fucking friends' bands in them and shit like that.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible ass movie. Kind of entertaining though, but they're still entertaining. Something like Blood Waters of Dr. Z is just snooze inducing. It's just people walking around literally for almost the entire movie. Granther says Battlefield Earth with John Travolta was a what the fuck.
I'm going to defend Battlefield Earth. I'm going to defend Battlefield
That was a
Earth.
terrible fucking movie.
No, there's much worse out there.
Oh, I'm not saying that.
There's much worse out there.
But I can say this movie is terrible without just negating that there are other terrible movies. Yeah, it's like it's a terrible movie spectrum. Lots of movies
watched
can be
Battlefield Earth not knowing anything about Scientology at the time when I saw it. And I just thought it was entertaining, but kind of disappointing in certain parts. You know what I mean? How the primitive man was able to train himself up on some quick trainers that were in storage, and they could fly Harriers and fight aliens after that. And you can't suspend your disbelief when mankind had been a slave for centuries, if not 1,000 years, and they could go on and the computers would still work and jets that were sitting in storage would still work. And you could just like use a fucking technological device to educate basically cavemen rapidly, and then they could go out there and know how to maintain the jets and get them operating. It's just, no, that would never work. And that was the part that bothered me. That was some shit that a hillbilly like L. Ron Hubbard would come up with. That part didn't work. The John Travolta as the alien guy and everything, I actually thought he did a good job. You know, he was supposed to be a real fucking like an aristocratic, pampered, huge alien that was there to make a bunch of money for his people and impress other people in the corporation so he can move up, and he was kind of effete in a certain way. And I thought he did a good job, even though the Scientologists didn't think he did a good job. And it was an alien corporation.
Did he get yelled at for being like out ethics or something?
Yeah, they were saying he was out ethics, that you could tell he was gay. That was what Miss Cabbage was like, oh yeah, he's out ethics. It was not, it could have been much worse. It was
that's kind of true of a lot of things.
I think it was just a little bit better than mediocre. But it wasn't horrible. I could watch it and kind of like, yeah, all right, and go along with the story. All right, whatever. You could watch it. It was enjoyable. Kind of.
I didn't enjoy it.
It didn't annoy me.
Asleep.
It didn't annoy me. Yeah. Oh, there's much worse shit that you could watch.
I know. Like I said, I've been watching MST since the 90s, so it's like I've seen some terrible shit.
Yeah.
Although, like I said, I will note that a lot of those movies are, even if they're terrible, they're at least kind of entertaining. The worst thing a movie can be is boring. Just don't be boring.
Yeah, I didn't think it was boring.
I thought it was boring.
Battlefield Earth mostly got canned because it was associated with Scientology.
Well, you can't blame people
for that. If that wasn't associated with Scientology or L. Ron Hubbard, it wouldn't have been hated. It just would have been kind of forgotten very quickly. It was, they thought the shit was going to be like the next fucking Star Wars.
Well, it just goes to show how fucking deluded they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, obviously they're delusional, or they wouldn't be in Scientology in the first place. Let me see. Oh, Oracle says, I would seriously love to see a remake of Manos Hands of Fate done by a team that can turn out a good script and at least competent acting and filmography. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great idea. And if you could kind of replicate, you could even set it like in the, when did that come out? Late 60s? or early 70s, like if you set it in that time period and it still had that kind of creepy, grotty sort of exploitation film kind of veneer to it, like, but don't try to fake it, like just kind of make it like, maybe they should get like Oz Perkins or somebody to do it.
Yeah, and all those cult girls would have to be damn near nude.
Yeah, you could do that too.
See-through gowns, you know.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea at all. And I think like you can make a really creepy fucking movie out of that.
You know they wanted those girls to have totally see-through gowns.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do
Unfortunately, in the day.
The
you could just have granny panties and those big, huge bras.
And those girls were from the local drama school.
Yeah.
Doing that. They but he wanted them probably to be damn near nude.
And you might take out the part where they actually make the daughter, one of the little girl, one of the brides. That's a little bit weird.
Well, I think that was part of the horror, though.
Yeah, but like I said,
I'd leave that in.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
you'd have to like make it a lot more horrific or obvious that it was horrific because it's so incompetently made. It doesn't come across as horrific.
Yeah, but that's what
because it just comes across as like all these girls kind of bitch slapping each other, and then suddenly the little kid's there, and you're just like left with that implication.
My take watching it is that you were supposed to be horrified, just that they didn't really have the incidental music to fucking make the tone
and they
right.
hadn't built up.
It wasn't built up to it.
You know, the correct.
Yeah, the Manos priest didn't care how old you were. Women were women. Yeah, they were children. They all belonged to him, type of deal. They were all going to go to Manos. And should you call... Here's the thing, though. If you fucking reboot that movie and make it, like, serious, how can you deal with the title? Yeah. The title is Manos, Hands of Fate. Hands of Fate.
Is what that movie's called.
Yeah.
I would just call it Manos.
Manos, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they even joked about that on MST, like, back then. Yeah. Like in the 90s when they made that episode.
Yeah, Manos. Hands. Stupid.
I still remember like all of their fucking comments during the opening scene, which seems to go on forever. It's just kind of like filming like the landscape of fucking he was from Texas, I think. So I guess it was Texas where they shot it. But it's just like this boring like farms and shit like that, like driving across, and it seems to go on like for hours. I know it's only a few minutes, but it seems endless. Yeah. Thank you very much. Zach sent us a super chat. By the way, y'all, at almost 30 years old, I officially popped my Dark Side of the Moon cherry for how famous that album is. I never heard one song off it before. How did you manage that?
Man, Dark Side of the Moon.
Man.
It's all good. Fucking
been living in a cave or something.
Yeah, that is an epic album. But that's not the only epic Pink Floyd album. Medley was good. The Wall is really good.
Yeah.
You should probably see the movie and the double album. All their shit was pretty good. I like the old stuff with Syd Barrett was also good. But Pink Floyd didn't have any bad material that I remember.
Yeah, I don't really remember hearing
it was all good.
I'm not super versed in their discography, but I don't remember hearing
it was super fucking snooty, uppity British prog rock. You know, they're all about perfection and shit. They were good, real good, excellent. But you know, they don't make music like that anymore. Maybe for a reason, but
I mean, I'm sure some people do. I just haven't.
Yeah.
American Military also says Begotten made 0 sense to me. Cool visuals and aesthetics though. I had forgotten about that one. That one, as far as I could determine, was some kind of metaphor. It was this kind of the same kind of metaphor, not quite as overt as the Darren Aronofsky movie Mother, which was kind of like a metaphor for like the creation story, the Christian creation story. I think it was something like that. I think it was like God versus Mother Nature type of thing is what I think they were going for. That's a weird fucking movie. It was made in 1989, but it was made to look like a silent film from the 20s, and it does look like that. It's the same director that did Shadow the Vampire, the movie about the making of Nosferatu. And it's a silent film, And it's basically just a kind of a series of weird, nightmarish images that you're kind of supposed to suss out, like, what it means. I remember watching it, and like it put me like in a really weird headspace. It's very nightmarish. Like, it seems very much like a nightmare, like, on screen.
Zach said that he saw The Wall and it was like a what the fuck movie for him. Yeah, it might be if you don't really understand the backstory. It is a coherent story. The movie I think came out before the album. It was the album first, and then the movie came out after it. I think the movie has some extra songs on it, but not much, and it's kind of fleshed out a little bit better than the album. I think the movie came out after. It's loosely based on their original vocalist, Syd Barrett. He had some kind of mental problem, where he had worms in his brain eating him, so it must have been, what do they call that shit? Fucking, what do they call that shit?
I don't know.
It was pretty common in South America and in England. It's where cat piss would infect you with fucking worm eggs.
Yeah, I know you're talking about it.
I forgot what that shit was called. And he also had that same thing happen to him that happened to fucking Johnny Rotten, where the rats pissing on him ended up giving him a fucking swelling of the brain, and that's what happened to Syd Barrett. Syd Barrett got sick and started to lose his mind. And he was already in Pink Floyd and was successful, but he was almost kind of like, he was friends with David Bowie, and he was kind of like a glam rock type shit. And then he ended up getting real aggressive and fucking mean. They had to kick him out of the band, and he ended up in a loony bin for a while. And then he got out, though, and kind of just lived in seclusion. And the Wall is based loosely on that, about a rock star who's famous and starts going crazy, and fucking because of his childhood background, it bothers him, with his relationship with his mother and his father. He goes nuts, and he kind of becomes mean and fascist, and eventually he has a breakdown, and he has a big trial where he finds himself guilty, and it's all animated, his trial.
We should review that now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, and then he kind of exits stage left, and then
I'm gonna write that down.
Then Pink Floyd gets a new vocalist, and Roger Waters, I think, is what his name was, if I remember correctly. I think maybe Roger was in the original one. I forgot. I think it was Roger Waters. I don't remember those guys' names.
Well, Dave Gilmour was in it. I'm sure he's the guitar player.
Most people remember Pink Floyd from the second singer, the second vocalist. And so, Syd Barrett, the first one, although I liked his stuff, it was really good.
I always liked him too.
Most of his stuff isn't really well remembered. It was the second version of Pink Floyd that people remember.
So now people are just naming random movies. Oh, Camp Guy says Blood Simple, the Coen Brothers. Yeah, I actually reviewed that on my Flickers of Fear series, like probably last year, I think it was. That's a great flick. That was like the Coen Brothers' first movie. But yeah, it's really, really good. Camp Guy says maybe it was Hantavirus. They say you can get exposed to that from the mice in the shelters on the Appalachian Trail. They'll run over your sleeping bag in the middle of the night. And Oracle said maybe, are you thinking of toxoplasmosis?
Yeah, toxoplasmosis.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Toxoplasmosis, yeah. Yeah, toxoplasmosis, and then he had like a swelling brain condition, the same one that that John Lydon or Johnny Rotten had, which fucks you up pretty bad.
Well, yeah.
Johnny Rotten was interesting because he had that brain injury. It made, and he was kind of cross-eyed after that, and unruly, and was seeing things out of the box. He could still write very good lyrics, though. and he said that he felt like he was out of body when it had it to. But that's what Comfortably Numb is about. That he says is about the time that he had that swelling brain. He says his hands felt just like two balloons. He says that literally in the lyrics. And I got that feeling once again. I cannot put my finger on it now. The time is now. The dream is gone. Oh, I have become comfortably numb. You know, but and in the time they're reviving him for his concert by shooting him up with an antidote to fight off all the fucking heroin and shit that he's shooting into himself.
Yeah, Backseat Driver says Sid Barrett took a lot of acid, I believe. Yes. I mean,
yeah, it was a bunch of shit.
Them did.
He ended up in a loony bin for a while.
He did. Yeah.
They had to kick him out of the band.
He did, yeah.
But in the album, they make it sound like he stayed in there for the rest of his life. He wasn't. He wasn't in there forever.
Well, it's a lot more dramatic that way.
Yeah, it's more dramatic than if he,
you're just in there for a little while and then you kind of got out and you're like, yeah, he's crazy.
No, only like a couple weeks, couple months.
But yeah, we probably should. And I think Granthers earlier mentioned Dog Day Afternoon, and yeah, that was another one that I've been wanting to review also. Or I actually either wanted to review the movie or talk about the real bank robbery that inspired it. Either one of those things would be good. But yeah, we should probably do The Wall, I feel.
Yeah, we could do it.
Because I haven't seen it for a long time.
We were watching a movie. The girl looks familiar as fuck, and fucking I looked her up. And it was the girl from The Wall, the groupie that had blew the fucking security guard to get in to meet Pink, where he's having the explosive fucking outburst and shit in between cars.
Yeah, that's right.
She must have been like 16 at the time.
What movie were we watching?
Yeah,
we were watching because we. Was it that one, that Spanish one with the girls' school? Was that the one we were watching?
We saw that, but that girl wasn't in it.
Okay, I was trying to think of, that was The House That Screamed.
Yeah.
I watched that other night on Amazon.
No, I Madman was the one that had the girl from Pink Floyd from The Wall in it.
That's right. You know what? I had forgotten. I don't think I ever saw I Madman back in the day. When did that come out? I think 88, 89, something. Somewhere it's late 80s, and I really dug it. I thought I was like, how did I never see this movie back in the day? It was actually pretty cool. I just watched it randomly because it was on. I was like, man, I used to see this cover in the video store all the time, and I don't think I ever rented it. And Clayton Renner was in it. He was in April Fool's Day and just one of the guys, and the chick from Jenny Wright was in it. From St. Elmo's Fire, and she was in a bunch of other shit like in the 80s, and it was kind of cool. It was kind of like a noir slasher, kinda like it was set in the modern day, but then it also had kind of an element of supernatural because it was like this guy that was like a killer Frankenstein type figure like in a book, and then he kind of came to life like out of the book and was like killing people in real life. So yeah, we were gonna review it, but then we just didn't get around to it.
Hey, Klaus is here. What's up, Klaus? I'm glad you liked Corey. That's a good band. We met them. Jen promotes for them when they come down here.
Yeah, well, I kind of do everybody like whenever.
Yeah, she does everybody. Yeah.
If it's a goth industrial.
Zach's talking about David Gilmour was cute, but it was hot back in the day. Yeah, fucking the prog rock era. It was a little bit before my time, but I caught the tail end of it in the '80s, and it was a different scene. And it kind of certain aspects of it went on for a long time. The prog rock bands were all about fucking perfection, musical perfection. They would record shit over and over, and they had massive engineering. And the idea is that they would give you this fucking perfect album, and you take that album in your house, you buy it. You might even buy the deluxe master edition, some shit, crap like that. And you take it home and you put it on your $5,000 stereo with a fucking record player. And you bring some chicks over, and you'd fucking talk about how the notes were perfect, and you're fucking and you all this musical connoisseur bullshit. so you can get into some chick's pants by using a $5,000 stereo. Evidently, it worked, but not in my generation.
Well, no, that
was
era,
another
that
generation.
era had passed.
You could impress women on how good your stereo was and how good the music you were playing.
And how good your drugs were.
And how good your drugs were. Yeah.
Let's not leave that out of the
equation.
equation.
How tight your bell bottoms were. But the prog rock bands were good, but it was musical snobbery. Very much. And it mostly came from the fans. The fans were fucking super musical snobbery.
Yeah, they're probably more snotty than the band.
Yeah, and punk rock was a defiance of that. Fucking the Sex Pistols came out, and fucking John Lydon would go off in public how much he hated the Alan Parsons Project and all this fucking bullshit on the fucking record player, because they'd go into the pub and go up to the jukebox and put money in. There was nothing in there, and they couldn't stand shit that was in the jukebox. And there wasn't any punk rock music, so they would fucking force the owner of the pub to put reggae music in there, because the punk rockers would play reggae.
Oh yeah, they had a lot more role.
And that's how reggae got infused with punk and new wave.
Producing
that's where
ska
and fucking even Bauhaus, which is early goth, has reggae riffs in it.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Especially on that second album, Mask.
Yeah. And then when more punk and new wave and goth bands started to appear, the reggae would start to be added to the jukebox. But you sure as hell didn't want to have any kind of prog rock in the jukebox in a punk rock type bar. No, they get mad, according to John Lydon.
Well, I get it. Well, it's kind of like against the whole. Yeah, one, it kind of represented a corporate, these kind of high-minded,
and it was snooty.
Yeah, like people just like they had a lot of money, they could afford to make these like ridiculously indulgent albums, and talked about they were very precious about like talking about all their shit, and I kind of feel like, I mean, a lot of the punk rockers, and this is kind of going back even before the Sex Pistols, like the Ramones, even before the Ramones. I just feel like pre-Ramones, you had like fucking the shit from Detroit, like Iggy Pop, and like the Stooges and the MC5.
Yeah.
They just wanted to go back to doing just rock and roll, man.
It was it was fuck all this complicated, high-minded bullshit. Rock is the people's music. It's like folk music, and if a teenager can't do it, then it's not rock. And they were literally teenagers who didn't know how to play any instruments, learning quickly and fucking making rock bands.
Like learning enough to like kind of make something sort of listenable.
Right. And I think I'm going to give it to the Sex Pistols in England. They made punk rock famous. But there was a big interplay. The British were being heavily inspired by what was happening in the United States.
Yeah. In
Iggy
New York
Pop.
And Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit.
Mostly, yeah.
Grampers and he's from Detroit. I lived up in Detroit with Grampers for a while. I'm going to give it to fucking Iggy Pop as the true fucking inventor of punk rock. You can go back, and I think it was 1971.
I think that was 69, maybe.
69. It's an album called Raw Power.
Maybe that was 71. I can't
Iggy
remember.
Pop, Raw Power.
Late 60s,
I think was the name
70s.
of it. And it has Search and Destroy on it and a bunch of shit. And he goes, yeah, that's the sound that the Pistols actually were trying to catch. And then there was a New York band called the Ramones. It was punk rock, but it was American punk rock, and it was like fast rock to surf music at the same time.
Yeah, like sped up rockabilly. Sped up surf rock.
Yeah, and they all had black leather motorcycle jackets with skinny jeans and fucking long hair. They didn't have spiked hair; they had long hair, glasses. And they had the motorcycle jackets, and those dudes couldn't ride motorcycles, but that was just the look, But I'm going to give it to Iggy Pop. I think it was 1970 or 71. And you see this. Never mind, the Bullocks didn't come out till 77, I think, wasn't it?
76?
76,
77, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I will note that the first punk single is actually The Damned.
Yeah.
1976.
76.
Yeah.
Well, but the
New
thing is, though,
Rose.
is you still then you got to go back to fucking Iggy Pop albums.
Well, I know. I'm just saying the first one that was released in the UK was
the
not
UK,
Sex
yeah.
Pistols. It was The Damned.
And then there's certain aspects of fucking Blondie with Deborah Harry was kind of punk, kind of. But it was also disco. It ended up becoming disco.
Although I think even a lot of the band members were offended when the producer was like, "Hey, let's put like a disco groove like behind this," and they're like, "Really?"
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a
that
huge
still hit
hit.
Heart of Glass.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. That's a disco song.
It was a huge hit. That's a great song. I still like
yeah.
that. I still really like that song.
Yeah. So,
He played that at Mannequins last Saturday. Matter of fact.
yeah. So, some people would say, well, punk rock, that's a British thing. And then others go, no, it's New York. And I'm going to go, no, Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit. Iggy Pop.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you.
And I would think David Bowie would agree. He was fucking big friends with fucking Iggy Pop. And Iggy Pop's still around.
Yeah.
Still playing. He looks crazy. But he's an old man.
Yeah.
Shirtless, big fucking belly. He's lean as shit still, but he looks pregnant. He still performs without his shirt on, and he's not as crazy as he was. He'd roll around in broken glass and fucking burn himself up with fucking cigarettes and shit. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, he was in it.
Take all kinds of drugs. He did all the drugs.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he's still alive.
Survive, he's alive, yeah.
But to be honest with you, but that's the thing. Like all of the fucking drugs they did, I kind of feel like they either die super young, or they seemingly live forever.
Yeah.
It's like there's no in between. I think a lot of people make the New York association obviously because of the Ramones, but also because of the Velvet Underground.
Yeah.
Although I would argue that the Velvet Underground, they had a punk edge to them, but I kind of feel like they were kind of more the inspiration for post-punk. You know?
Okay, Raw Power came out in 73.
Okay, so that was a little bit later than I thought.
But it's before the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the album.
I was thinking of...
Yeah.
I think I was thinking of Velvet Underground, which did come out in the late 60s, I think.
Iggy was the shit, man. And that was from 73, and it sounds like something out of the Sex Pistols. It was just basic rock and roll, very hard. Very hard. Very post-apocalyptic.
Zach says, I don't know what you guys think of soul music, but I also listened to one of Marvin Gaye's albums recently, too. Damn, if he wasn't hot also. Yeah, I don't know a lot about it. I've liked some of it, but it's not, my main genre or anything. But I listen to a lot of different things. I mean, obviously, post-punk and shit is my main thing. But, I like a lot of different kind of shit. I've gotten a lot more, it's kind of funny because, as we were at Mannequins on Saturday, and Saturday nights at Mannequins is 80s night, just like Barbarella is. And we went to Mannequins last Saturday because Barbarella was closed for a private party. So we were like, okay, so we'll go to Mannequins instead. And he actually, Paul Vane, the DJ, he killed that set, man.
Yeah.
He played some good shit.
Yeah.
And early, because he saw me, so he played The Fall and Killing Joke and stuff like that, because he knows I like that shit. But before anybody got there and be like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Where's the Erasure? But yeah, he did play Erasure later, but that's okay. But he played kind of weirder shit. I like that he plays stuff that's not as obvious. You know what I mean? He plays a lot less obvious shit. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work, but...
Yeah, Zach. Go find that album I just showed, that Iggy Pop's album from 73, Raw Power. You'll like that. You'll trip. You go that's 73? Yeah. He was ahead of his time. And that's Detroit.
Yeah.
All right? Post-apocalyptic Detroit. That's kind of where punk rock came from. And it spread into New York and the UK. When the UK started to fall apart from all these damn strikes that they were having. And then those kids got into it. But they were inspired by what was happening in the U.S. It was the same movement.
Yeah.
Although I would tell you, I'm gonna be honest. The U.S. may have invented that shit first, but the British perfected it. When they came back with some of those new wave bands, they were fucking much better than punk rock bands, but they were inspired by them. And then all of a sudden we started getting badass ska albums, ska bands, and new wave bands. And they were like across the board. They could be trashy or super classy. It was just, they could come at you in any direction. So much
good shit came out.
Yeah, it was just like anything. You could have Susie, you could have fucking Duran. Then you could have ABC. Anything could come at you. You could have fucking Madness. You could have the fucking English beat. It was
so many fucking great bands.
Seagulls.
Yeah, so many fucking great bands came out around that time. You know?
Yeah.
It was just an embarrassment of riches. That's
there were so many of them.
And like I said, it was kind of all over the board. I think that was kind of the coolest thing about punk, and I don't think this would happen the same way again. Just because, you know, we have the internet now and it's so much easier to like research music and stuff. But like back then, you know, there was the radio and like whatever was on that. If you didn't like it, you were kind of fucked. It was kind of harder to find like...
They channeled you down certain things you couldn't get out of.
So it's like when punk rock came and kind of busted the doors open, and that gave like so many people ideas like, well shit, I could do this. You know what I mean? You know, I could do this at home. I could, you know, DIY and all this other kind of shit if they really wanted to. And as time went on, they started mixing genres, and so like you got like this huge explosion of creativity, which like I said, I don't think it would happen like that. Obviously, it wouldn't happen that same way again. But that's like my favorite era, I think.
The infrastructure isn't the same.
Yeah, it's not the same
different
circumstances, you know, obviously. And like I said, in a lot of ways, it's kind of cool now because of the internet, it's wide open. Yeah. Like, and so like I said, I've known people that were like in their 20s that listened to like everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like from fucking like big band music, like, you know what I mean? Because it's all out there. Like you can find anything you want.
Tom Baker mentioned in My Boy Billy Idol, and he was a half-breed band because it was a British and American band. When he came over and hooked up with Steve Stevens, Chrysalis Records, man, that was unbeatable. And it's funny because Billy Idol was the cast-off junk from England. They were through with him with Gen X, you know, which wasn't a good band. But he ended up in New York. They were okay. Yeah, they weren't that good. He was kind of like a fake punk rock band. But then he hooked up with fucking Steve Stevens down here, and there was a much bigger market. And he took that look and that his street cred, and they made a badass new wave rock band. And then later on, just a straight fucking rock band. Really good. He's doing blues now. He was doing blues fucking in the 90s. Rock blues. So he just really kind of... Billy Idol became a fucking excellent fucking American band. Amazing. It never would have happened without the UK and that situation of the time. It was just it was a perfect storm of a bunch of stuff happening at once. And the limitations of the media, you were stuck with fucking television, cable TV, record and tape and radio. And that was enough to channel everybody onto just certain artists, and then everybody would focus on them, and they'd get better. And then they'd start to suck, and they'd throw them out and get another one. It was just a different time. It worked.
CB says, Tom and Jenny, have you seen Bloodline Detectives on Netflix? Cases from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s getting solved by genetic genealogy. Ooh, I have not seen that, but now that we have Netflix again, I'll definitely start watching that. Because like I said... We got Netflix so we could watch Frankenstein, and then I was like, ooh, we got to watch the second season of Wednesday, so we just finished that. And the new season of Stranger Things, season 5, is starting on the 26th, so I will probably watch that when it comes out.
Tanya says she really appreciates you guys. What you appreciate us for? What you know?
I guess just in general.
Just because? I don't know what she's talking about.
Zach says, for whatever reason, the music speaking most... I guess to him, to the last few years, is the whole late 60s, early 70s Baroque and prog rock singer-songwriter stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of good shit in there. Yeah. Like, I can see why you'd be into that. And Tom Baker also mentioned Warren Cucurullo, who, was in Missing Persons.
Missing Persons.
And then he joined Duran Duran.
Yeah.
Later on after there was the whole Power Station Arcadia breakup, and then they just never got back together.
I had 2 Missing Persons albums. They were kind of like they were real popular back in the days, but they were kind of forgotten for a while. But now they made a comeback. Lady Gaga heavily influenced by Del Bosio.
Oh, yeah, big time.
From Missing Persons. It was a good band. Oh, what's funny is that Dale hated that music. I saw an interview with her. She goes, "Yeah, it's funny that everybody likes that music. I hated that music." And they were like, "You hated that?" He goes, "Yeah, it was just a job. You know what I mean? I wanted to do the show, but I hated that music." She goes, "What would you like?" She goes, "I like shit more like Journey."
And you were like, ew.
Yeah, she was into that. Yeah.
Ew. That reminded me of what the point that I was trying to make before was that when we were at Mannequins, he actually played Maneater, that Hall & Oates song.
Yeah,
and it's like,
song.
and I feel like back in the 80s, I'd have been like, oh,
yeah,
lame.
that shit was played out, airplay.
Yeah, because you just heard it all the time. But it's like now when you hear it just kind of on it, it's like, that's actually a pretty good song.
Yeah. See, nothing's new under the sun. You know, I remember being in military academy in California. I was like 14 years old, maybe I think I was 14 at the time when that second Missing Persons album came out that had Destination Unknown on it, and Walking in L.A. and everything. And I bought the album. It was a black album, and it was just fucking like Patrick Nagel as a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Really cool. Her face on the front and everything. It was just a great looking album. And one of the things that fucking I just thought was just hot as shit is that even when you're 14 years old in a military academy, everybody knew that she was doing porn and shit from Hustler and stuff. And we're like, really? And like photos of her were like, yeah, look, that's that chick. Like, oh, all right. You look at it now, it's tame as shit. But it was just, you know, she was like in Hustler and stuff. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like, I was just saying multimedia stars existed back then. Just that people don't, you know, but it was just, people don't realize it. She was radio, record, tape, you know, doing audio stuff. You see her on television, on fucking MTV. And she was doing the, kind of like the equivalent of OnlyFans, you know. Fucking doing layouts and shit. Like a little punk rock type girl. And Hustler and High Society type magazine and Swank and Stag and shit like that. Fucking cheap magazine. She was in it.
The shit they used to sell behind the counter at the convenience store.
And it was like legendary. She had,
they might still do that. I don't know.
Yeah, she had a bad girl kind of fucking kind of air to her that was an allure to her, that she was kind of bad. But she was cool. Let me go get I'll get another drink here in a minute.
Okay. It is just funny to me that she was just doing that. I'd have to look that up. It's like she was just doing that music and she didn't really like it. That kind of sucks. Because, man, I like Missing Persons a lot better than I like Journey, that's for sure. Journey's not a terrible band. It's just so... I don't know. It's so white. It's just, I don't know. It's just very bland. It's just very basic. You know what I mean? It's catchy and shit. It's just not really my thing. You know what I mean? I did like Separate Ways though when that came out. Like I was like, all right, this one's okay. You know what I mean? I didn't mind it. It sounded a little ominous. I was kind of into that, but it's just generally, like I said, it's not my thing. It does that kind of music. I think it pissed me off a lot more back then because like you couldn't really escape it. You know what I mean? It was ubiquitous. Now you don't hear it as much. So when you do hear it, you're just kind of like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really as big of a deal. Back then, you're like, Jesus Christ, this fucking Journey song is on again. Kill me. You know what I mean? It's like that.
You can experience a sense of nostalgia from Journey now because you don't hear it all the time.
Yeah.
When it's new, you're fucking worn out. You're like, turn that shit off.
Yeah. I mean, unless you listen to a classic rock station, I think they probably play that all the time. Although I don't know I don't listen to the radio, obviously. Where I used to work, this is going back probably 10 years. I used to work in Daytona, and they'd always just have the radio going, and they just always had the classic rock station because that was kind of the only good station, like, in town. Like, because the only other ones were kind of country or, you know, nobody really wanted that. So, But they would play the same fucking song. So I would actually hear at least one Journey song, like, every day. Like, at work, you know what I mean? You kind of learn to tune them out. But, I don't know, I feel like the classic rock stations now are probably all, like, fucking 90s music, I would think. Like, all fucking Nirvana and stuff. I don't know, I don't listen to it. Zach says, I think probably my favorite artist out of all of them is still Janice. Yeah, I mean, she's fucking great. Imagine if she tried to do mental music, though. I don't know what you mean by that. Are we out of ice?
Here, let me see.
It's alright, it's cold enough.
No, I got ice.
Oh, okay.
I had to add a bunch of water to it. It was starving for water.
Oh.
Here.
Well, don't look at me, because I just refilled it before the show.
It was empty.
Well, we've just used a lot of ice since then, I guess. You know? That's all. But yeah, I was trying to think of, yeah, when he did Mannequins, I've noticed that, like, a lot, because John at Barbarella started doing this, too. I guess it's just to kind of change shit up or to give some kind of structure. But they'll do something like, hey, we're doing a tribute to this band, or we're doing this band versus this band, you know what I mean? But they don't play that band's music all night, which is good. I mean, as much as I like bands, it's like, you know, I like kind of a mixture. But he was doing like a tribute to Depeche Mode, which, you know, fine, I like Depeche Mode. So, but he just played like one Depeche Mode song like every hour or something, and then like the rest of it was just. But he did a good mix though. Like he played like some obscure shit. He played Madonna. You know, he played Borderline. And I think he played Into the Groove later, too, now that I'm thinking about it. But like I said, he kind of played some more obscure shit. I think he played a little bit of punk. He kind of went a little bit... I think he played some 90s shit.
Papa showed up. What's up, Papa?
Hey, what's up?
Joe lady with you? What y'all doing?
CB said I like 80s hair metal the best. That's unfortunate. No, I'm just kidding. Although I can't really stomach that, honestly.
It depends on the band. Depends on the band, and depends on what the mood is. Like,
if I'm drunk and it's like ironic, then maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take something special for me to tell you to pull the rat out. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's hear some rat. Fuck it.
I've literally never heard you say that.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't even have any rat to pull out.
Got any rat to pull out?
We don't have any rat to pull out even.
Yeah.
Although this is hilarious because in junior high, the big musical clique rivalry was between the new wave kids like me and the hair metal kids. Oh, we got a super chat from Papa. Thank you very much. Just because we haven't given much these days. Aw, thank you.
Yeah, where
very
you
much.
been, man? We haven't seen you
nice
fucking. We haven't seen you much on commenting on the show.
Maybe life happened as it does.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
we're bagging on rat.
Well, I'm not bagging on it really, but it's like, so I had a friend.
What comes around, turn around. What was that? Round and round. That's
yeah.
right. What comes around.
I saw that in a commercial the other day.
And it got Tawny Katine on the front cover. Fucking.
Was she on the rat one?
Yeah, that was her.
Okay, because I know she was like the White Snake.
Slut to the
I know
stars.
she was in that White Snake video.
For those of y'all,
she was also in that movie Witchboard.
She was fucking with on White Snake with fucking.
Well, wasn't she going out with David Coverdale from White Snake for a while?
Here's the deal with Tawny Katane. Tawny was an older, really good-looking Jewish chick that came from a pretty wealthy family, and her whole thing was to foster young metal bands. She was kind of like a groupie. She liked rock stars.
She had some great hair.
She was a good-looking chick. Yeah.
Great hair.
And her dad was like some like promoter of some. But I think it had to do more with the Hollywood, if I remember. This is all by memory. You know what I mean? I don't have to fucking go to Google and fucking look this shit up. I remember most of it. I don't remember exactly, but her dad was somebody, and she had a thing for rock stars, and she'd hang out at fucking clubs. She was kind of like in the scene. You know, like we were in the goth scene, she was in the scene. And if new talent came up, she'd jump on it. And she'd go for the fucking hottest dude in that band. And befriend him and start promoting them. And would fucking give them money and fucking she was in the business and try to get these dudes started. And in a certain way, if Tawny was behind your band, chances are you were going to make it. That was kind of like a seal of approval. If she was throwing the pussy on you, it must be a pretty good band.
Which is kind of interesting because I sort of feel like a lot of people maybe just saw her as quote unquote a groupie, but she was kind of like a kingmaker.
More like a kingmaker.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah. No,
she
I got
was kind of pulling the strings behind the scenes.
I got a lot of respect for Tawny. People really underestimate feminine power. Okay?
Ain't that the truth?
A lot of times there's a female kingmaker behind that. And she was evidently kind of egotistical. She wanted everybody to know that, yeah, this is my band. I'm going to put my scent mark on this shit. You know what I mean? And they would make it. But she was good at talent, too. In a way, kind of like a talent scout. And she had a thing for fucking younger rock guys.
Nothing wrong with that.
And she was older than they were. And she made sure she'd be on your record cover. She's going to be on
a little quid pro quo.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not getting shit for free now.
Yeah, but here's the thing. She was hot.
Yeah.
So they weren't going to like, well, we can't put you on the record. You're too ugly. No. You're like, yeah, we're going to put your hot ass up on with your fucking big titties and shit. Cute Jewish chick. Yeah. Big hair. Yeah.
Yeah, lay on the hood of that car.
Yeah, and I think she was also kind of a trophy. If you were a new band and she was dating one of your members and fucking backing you, she was, like I said, the seal of approval. Like, we're the next ones.
Yeah, well, like if she likes something,
we're gonna make it.
Must be okay. Right. Yeah, like I said, it is kind of interesting.
Right.
I think she was perceived she wasn't really perceived like.
Yeah, she was just perceived as a groupie. That's not what it was.
No.
She was making those bands. So I would think almost kind of like a manager. But just not as official as that. I think she used family money or social clout to make sure that certain bands were designated to move ahead. And Rat was one of them. So was Whitesnake. There's a bunch of other ones I can't name off the top of my head.
Well, then here's the thing. Like, admittedly, it wasn't my genre, and I didn't really like it. I still don't. But I remember all of that. I think I told him this when we were at Mannequins. Yeah. I said that's kind of one of the curses of growing up during the 80s, especially if you're an MTV kid like I was. Even songs you don't like, the lyrics are indelibly imprinted into your mind forever. I remember the words to probably every single fucking song that came out in the 80s, even whether I want to or not. So, because there was just music around all the time. So, I remember Rat having that one song, Round and Round. I remember that one. But it's like, did they have other ones?
Rat was kind of a one-hit wonder.
I thought they just had that one song that was like super popular.
They had 2 albums that I can recall of, and each album had an okay song on it. The best one was the first one, Round and Round. Although I actually, I'm going to admit, I had that album.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had it. Because I liked metal, too.
Give me your goth card right now.
It was not a bad album. But I was also listening to goth music at the same time. That wasn't a bad album.
I'm just teasing.
What happened to Rat is Rat appeared in a time when metal was starting to be pulled towards a female audience. That's when the record companies realized that, hey, we can sell these groups to girls, that they buy them. So it started to go more feminine audience oriented. And I would think that the death knell to LA metal especially, and that whole crowd, was fucking Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi was obviously marketed to females, and then so was Poison and White Lion.
Metal for your mom.
It wasn't your mom. It was for your kid's sister.
Yeah.
Poison and White Lion were definitely for girls. They bought that shit up like it was fucking crazy. You know,
I mean, I didn't, but a lot of girls did.
Certain white girls bought that shit up.
Yeah.
And that was the time when a lot of the guys are like checking out. They're like, this is a girl's brand.
Ew. Girls have cooties.
Yeah. So I started to go more.
Dudes are so funny. Like the second like girls start liking something, they're like, we can't like it anymore. Ew,
well,
they ruined
the
it.
guys' metal started to go more black metal. More black metal and thrash and more towards Metallica. Started to go, but the girls like that too, though.
Yeah.
So, you know.
That's what I mean. I kind of feel like, I mean, me growing up, like I said, I wasn't into metal. I was into, punk and shit like that. But it's just like, it's kind of the same thing with like horror movies. It's like this, particularly back in the 80s, I kind of feel like dudes thought that only dudes liked horror movies. You know?
Yeah.
Like it seemed like I thought like dudes thought I was really weird.
Yeah.
That I was into horror movies. And like that I knew about horror movies. Like they always seemed surprised like when I knew about them.
Yeah,
like and I don't know, it's better now, like people understand, because man, women love that shit. Yeah. Women love horror, they love true crime, and this is not a shocker to women anyway. I mean, we've always liked that stuff, but
Horror Wrestling Fan, aka CB, says Fastway, Firehouse, Rat, Dokken. Yeah. Those were all the female brands. That was all girl brand metal.
Yeah.
And then there was a Christian brand metal called Striper.
Striper, I remember.
They had a bunch of Christian
with
bands.
the black and yellow.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Good branding, I will say. Very distinctive.
Yeah.
Music was kind of shitty, though.
Yeah, mediocre.
Tom Baker said, I love those MTV clips, like Tom Petty's Alice in Wonderland video. Oh, yeah, that was Don't Come Around Here No More?
Yeah.
I think, that was a great fucking video. Where she was a cake and they cut into her in the end. He had some cool-ass videos. What was that one post-apocalyptic one he did, like in the early 80s with the car and it was like the desert. What the fuck was the name of that song? I forgot. I'll think of it.
I remember the video, but I don't remember the song.
I'll remember. It's a good song too. Cars from Gary Newman. Yeah, Gary Newman's great. We saw him. It was probably like a few years ago now.
What causes for laughing at Striper? Yeah, Striper.
I think we're gonna go see Gary Newman again in March next year. Like he's playing in Orlando. And All She Wants Is the Duran Duran music video. Yeah, that's it. All of their videos were good.
Horror fan said some shit about Rat. What do you say?
Hold on, I'm trying to catch up. Zach says, so based on what I like, what do you guys think would be a good gateway drug into goth music?
Sisters of Mercy, First and Last and Always album.
I mean, that's kind of always what we... If you don't like that,
then you ain't gonna like goth.
Then probably goth music is not for you.
So you get the Sisters of Mercy.
Because that's like the quintessential gothic rock
and it's their
album.
Their first major album. It's called First and Last and Always. All right, and really you don't want to fuck with anything after that because it goes more metal after that.
But, slightly. I mean, Floodland is still good, but
it's more. That's almost more industrial.
Vision Thing has kind of more of an LA glam.
Yeah.
Kind of. I liked that album too, but I don't listen to it as much.
Yeah. Start off with First and Last and Always by Sisters of Mercy.
Like I said, if you don't listen to that, and if you don't like that,
if you can't get it when you watch that, then
you probably won't like goth music at all.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like the distilled essence. And there's the weird thing about it is that people that are not into goth music think it all sounds like that.
No.
It doesn't. Like there's a huge fucking spectrum. There's little subgenres. There's all this other kind of stuff. Bands that sound nothing like each other but are still identifiable as that.
But that particular album kind of encapsulates what goth is. I mean, fucking in that last Wednesday season, they played a song off of that album.
They did.
When they go to the concert,
they were at the it was when they were at, it was one of the it was the first or second episode when they had the founders bonfire. Yeah. And they set the fire, and because I heard the song, I was like, "Is that No Time to Cry?"
No
Time
to Cry by Sisters of Mercy, the original, like, and they play half the song.
Yeah, they play a lot of it.
Yeah, they play half the song.
Well, the first season they played the Cramps, right? Goo Goo Muck.
Yeah, Goo Goo.
Because that kind of got a resurgence. That song got a resurgence.
Yeah,
because of being in that series.
And it is rock. It is a rock album, but it's goth. So you'll understand it when you hear it.
It's super catchy too.
Fantastic lyrics.
All the songs are good on it.
Fantastic lyrics. And then there's a live recording, a show from that album. And before, it was a live show somewhere in England, and it's on YouTube for free. And so after you get into that album, you can watch the live show, and and they're wearing the black velvet and the hats and everything, and you'll get it. Now from that, a bunch of other goth came. And it broke off from it. And there was some other shit before that. I'm just saying that there's a good introductory was that.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I hesitate, even though most people would say somebody like Bauhaus would be like a quintessential goth band, I hesitate to recommend to them because they were a little weird. They were like kind of all over the place. They used a lot of, some of their songs were really gothy, but some of them were like dub or reggae or funk. They had like a bunch of different influences, and particularly their second album, which is my favorite, which is called Mask. Every single song on that sounds completely different, but still sounds like them.
Okay, here's a second choice. If you don't want to have that one as an introduction, there's a Cure album from around the same time called Pornography. And that is goth as fuck.
That's actually earlier. Because Pornography came out in 82.
Yeah.
And First and Last and Always came out in 85.
5 or 4?
85.
Okay, all right.
That was 85.
Yeah.
Sisters of Mercy had done some singles and like EPs prior to that. Probably best known for the really good single called Alice. But like I said, the sound was kind of substandard. They didn't really have that good equipment before. But First and Last and Always sounds really good. But yeah, Pornography by The Cure is
hard to beat.
That's a great album too. Like I said, that's kind of more. It's I don't want to say it's like not as, because First and Last and Always is actually quite catchy.
Yeah, it's danceable.
It's very danceable. Like you could play for almost any one of the, except maybe Some Kind of Stranger, which is kind of a slower. Yeah. But like you could probably play any of those songs and you could dance to it. Yeah. Pornography is kind of more like Wall of Angst. Kind of thing. I love that album though, but it's like super, super depressing.
On Sisters of Mercy, First and Last and Always, the last song on the first side is called Marianne. And that is the second Gothic national anthem.
That is a goth club staple.
That is a national anthem.
Still to this day.
The first Gothic national anthem is Bauhaus Bela Lugosi's Dead. Yeah. That's our national anthem. The second one is fucking Marianne. Yeah. And it's about drowning in the ocean. Marianne, drowning in the ocean.
And part of it's in German.
Yeah, and it's half in German. It's really good.
Well, Andrew Eldritch lived in Germany for a long time, so he isn't faking.
Speak German,
he can also speak German. He's bilingual, but so he's not just being a douche.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he kind of is a douche, but
he's a douche. He fucked that band up. He made the band and then fucked it up.
I mean, but like I said, there's something to be said for just putting out 3 albums, and that shit still gets played 30, 40 years later.
The First and Last and Always album is still the album that a lot of goths obsess over. From that album, entire bands descended from that album. Because that sound is only there on that album.
Yeah.
Like Rosetta Stone. That's fucking
big
that
time.
album.
The Wake. That was like the American Sisters of Mercy. Yeah. They're great too, though. They had their own thing going on, but they're very Sisters.
Early Fields of the Nephilim.
Was
because of that
album. They're
like
a death metal band now. But
they're death metal now. They're good too, though.
But I actually really like Fields of Death.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say First and Last and Always.
And Daughters of Bristol.
Really good. That's the Sisters of Mercy.
They might as well be the Sisters of Mercy.
They sound just like them.
They sound just like them. But they don't. It's not a cover band.
Nope, they don't do any cover songs.
They do all their own music. There is a Sisters of Mercy cover band called Temple of Mercy, and we saw them.
They're good. Really
at Will's Pub, and they were fantastic.
They're very good. Yeah.
They were really good.
They'll do Sisters of Mercy songs through over the years, and they do them damn near exact.
And it's hilarious because they have like the whole show. Because like I've seen Sisters of Mercy live probably like 5 or 6 times, and it's good to go see them, but it's like you're not missing much really. It's not like some big. It's just like
they're not visual.
They're not a very visual band.
Yeah.
And Andrew Eldritch will just kind of stand up there, and the joke is that you can't usually see him because they use so much like fucking fog.
They just fog the place out.
So it's just like this fog, and you just every now and then you kind of see him peering out through it.
Andrew Eldritch is a bald guy like me now.
It's pretty funny.
He's not jacked though.
But they're good to see live. But like I said, if you never see them, you're not missing anything.
But Zach, you would love Andrew in the day that I'm telling you to listen to him. He was tall, thin, really good looking dude with a fucking great voice in a long black velvet frock coat with a fucking big large brimmed cowboy hat, fucking little round black spectacles, smoking a cigarette and fucking singing really deep voice. It's just you'd like.
Yeah, he has a really deep.
Yeah,
and that's his real voice. It's not.
Yeah.
He's not putting that on. That's really what he thinks.
He's doing little raps and shit.
And like I said, his lyrics are actually really, really good.
Really good lyrics. And his lyrics are sound like they're written by a wise old man of 80, and he's like 25.
Yeah, kind of like Ian Curtis.
In
that regard.
Yeah, right.
Zach says, this is kind of interesting. Let me address this. Zach says, see, my issue is that I grew up in the 2000s. God, that makes me feel so old.
Like a baby. Fucking baby.
When Green Day and Linkin Park and Evanescence were everywhere, always seemed so try-hard to me. Was never much into that sound. I know exactly what you're talking about. This is why, and I've said this on the show like many times, I was, I grew up in the 70s and 80s.
None of that was goth.
I was really, and like, I liked Green Day's first album, like before they got super famous. Never got into Linkin Park. Tom likes Evanescence.
I liked Evanescence. I'm a fan of Amy Lee. We saw her live. She's great.
Yeah, I bought him tickets like for his birthday or Christmas.
Yeah, I love Amy Lee.
And it was a good show. She can sit. Bitch can sing. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
it's not really my thing.
It's goth metal. It's gothic
metal. It's gothic metal. It's a little slick for me. Like I said, I tend to like kind of rougher. I like kind of more death rocky, post-punk kind of sound generally. So it's a little corporate sounding for me.
Jen reminds me a lot of Amy Lee.
Yeah, he says sometimes like some pictures of her that I look like her.
She looks like...
Let's see. Stu is here. Gave us a super chat. Thank you very much. I just watched House of Wax. It was good. The original or the remake? They're both good.
I haven't seen either.
They're both good. Doesn't Paris Hilton get killed in the remake? That's what everybody liked about it. Zach says, I just looked up Andrew Eldritch. He looks like Agent 47 from the Hitman games. Well, was like in an old picture or was it a new picture?
You want to look at him when he...
I haven't seen any
First and Last and Always album. Like around 84, 85, 83, around that time.
But yeah, for real, they really only had... They had like a smattering of singles. They did some great fucking covers. They did a great cover of Gimme Shelter. Yeah. They did a great cover of Jolene.
Yeah, Jolene cover was really good.
They did a great cover of Emma, that Hot Chocolate song. Emma. I love that fucking song.
Yeah, you see, I only like the first half, the early Sisters of Mercy.
Once it started getting... I like Floodland, but Vision Thing was kind of so-so for me.
It had some good songs on it. The problem with Andrew is that Andrew owned the name of the band. He owned the name Sisters of Mercy. And the band that he originally had was really good. They wanted to go more in a goth direction. He wanted to go pop. He wanted to be kind of like... He kept saying he wanted to be the next Rolling Stones. And they were like, nah. So their last great album was First and Last and Always. Then Andrew leaves the band and takes the name with him and makes the album Floodland. But it's just him. And it's mostly computerized. And there is some female backup vocals, but they never toured for that album. They got fucking Dave Vanian's fucking ex-girlfriend on there for the videos, but they never toured. Forgot what her name was. Patricia Morrison. Patricia Morrison's not actually on that album, but her face is on the album. It was a clusterfuck. Because he took the name with him, the band that he left behind became the Mission UK. And the Mission UK was a really good band. Their first few albums after the breakup were really good. They sounded more like the Sisters of Mercy to me. And then Andrew kept going. Then he joined a German metal band. And they did LA style fucking metal with Vision Thing. Which was a good metal album. Real good. Yeah. It had goth influences to it. But it wasn't what I was looking for.
It was very glam.
It's very glam very metal. LA. I was just like, this isn't goth. This is metal. This is LA metal.
Yeah, it's going in that direction.
And then, did he do anything after that?
Not really. That was like their three main albums.
That was it, yeah.
They tour every few years.
Yeah.
But they're still kind of... I mean, why make new shit? Because people are still listening to those three albums.
Yeah,
you know what
Andrew is he's a douchebag. All right? You can see from his interviews that he's kind of insecure with himself. He was young back then. He got too big too quickly. And evidently he drove everybody away. People couldn't stand to be around him, so they just couldn't work with him.
He comes across as trying to be like very superior.
Yeah.
But his music doesn't seem like that to me.
No. But I'm gonna give him his fucking due. He writes excellent lyrics.
He really does.
He writes excellent lyrics, and he's very good, but he doesn't work well with others. He can't be in a band. And he fucked over that last contract so badly, he can't really make any more albums. He'll get sued. So that's the end of him.
Yeah.
Now, after the breakup, the fucking The Mission, they went on to do a bunch of cool shit.
Yeah, Wayne Hussey was the other
Wayne
guy
Hussey,
that was in Sisters of Mercy prior to
Yeah.
Floodland.
Yeah.
And they had kind of an acrimonious breakup, and
Right.
because Eldritch kept the name, Wayne Hussey formed a new band, and it was called The Mission, although in the US it's called The Mission UK, because we already had a band here
We
called
had a
The
band
Mission.
called, they had to call it The Mission UK.
And their early shit is actually still pretty good. It's very goth rocky.
Very
They
goth
went
rock.
kind of U2.
It started to sound like U2.
Started to sound like
Wayne
U2 later on.
Hussey sounded a lot like Bono.
He does kind of.
And
And I like early U2.
And I have
like
one.
early
I have
80s
one of his
U2.
albums sitting right out there, a record album, because I don't play it anymore. But it's like a decoration. And I listened to it on YouTube recently. It was called God's Own Medicine.
Yeah.
And I'm going, this is a great gothic album, but goddamn, that sounds like fucking Bono.
He really sounds like Bono.
Yeah. But that's just
Unfortunately for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what he sounds like. He can't help it. And it seems like as time went on, because I actually those first few albums that The Mission did were actually quite good, but then they started to go. I was like, God, now they really sound like U2.
Yeah, but because Andrew could not deliver the product people wanted over the long term, they wanted that sound that they got for fucking First and Last and Always. Other bands picked it up and fucking The Wake.
Yeah.
And the fucking Rosetta fucking Stone.
You know what?
They sound just like
the Wake
Sisters of Mercy.
are underrated.
Yeah,
I really
Wake,
like
yeah.
The Wake. Like I said, they sound very much like the Sisters of Mercy, but they have their own thing. You can tell it's not the Sisters of Mercy.
Yeah, but it's heavily inspired.
But it's very heavily influenced.
They heard that and they go, we can do that sound.
We could do that, yeah. Nothing wrong with that. And like I said, they had their
The
own
market went
on it.
Yep.
And Eldritch wasn't doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So fair game, I think.
Right.
And like I said, there's also a band called Daughters of Bristol.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're around anymore.
No, and they don't tour.
They don't tour or nothing.
No. Just
and
an online
they
band.
sound like legit, just like this is.
Just like
so
this.
much so that like I kind of discovered them.
Yeah.
I think I found them. Somebody was talking about them like on a death rock forum that I used to be on. And I checked them out, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit!" They sound shit. I was like, "Is this the Sister of Mercy? Is this Andrew Eldritch like pretending to be somebody else?" Like that's how much it sounded like him. But because it sounded just like First and Last and Always era, like early to mid '80s.
He thinks Andrew Eldritch has short man syndrome. I don't think he's short.
Is he short? I don't know.
think so.
I don't know how tall he is.
No, I don't think he is.
He always just got. Maybe he's fine. I never hung out with the dude. I don't know. But it's like he always just came across as kind of.
Yeah.
Thinking that he's better than everybody.
Yeah.
But like I said, that only comes across like in his interviews.
The guys from the band that ended up becoming The Mission said that he had mental problems. And that he was just insufferable.
I mean, he seems like super intelligent, and he's like I said, he writes really good lyrics. Like he's and he's well versed in history and political theory and all that kind of stuff. But it's just kind of like he might be one of those well actually kind of motherfuckers. He kind of gives me that sort of.
I think it's what it is. He's a well actually.
And I don't really.
Yeah.
Those kind of people, everybody just ends up wanting to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Even if you're correct about stuff, they still want to punch you.
Andrew was good, man, but I'll tell you what, he blew it. Okay, he's an old man now. The time has passed him.
I wonder what he's up to.
Touring Mexico. He tours Central and South America a lot. And
I
makes a lot
guess
of
maybe
money.
like a lot of goth bands do that.
Yeah. He does little shows and evidently it gets big turnouts.
Well, yeah, I mean
that's where the demand was.
Several times I've seen him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's always packed.
I saw it online. Somebody posted a show that he did in Mexico City, which has a big goth scene in Mexico. Mm-hmm. And it was fucking packed. And it was a small venue, you know what I mean? Maybe the size of the Trap, but it was just fucking packed. And it was filled with fucking smoke.
Yeah.
Filled with fucking
I mean, at this point,
smoke
he's
machines,
like he
that's
has
like
to
that.
do it.
Yeah, his bald ass up there fucking with his glasses. Yeah. He's bald with glasses and fucking, but he was sounding good.
Yeah, he still sounds pretty much the same.
Still sounded good.
Yeah, Haida said I saw him in person. He's no taller than 5'5" or 5'6" at most.
Well, that's not. Hey, I'm 5'6".
Yeah, he's 5'6".
Yeah, okay. Okay, fine.
Are you saying that Tom has short?
Are you saying I'm short? Yeah, I'm short.
Tom knows he's short.
That's okay.
Although, like I said, my 5'2", 5'3" ass, everyone's tall to me, so it's like I never really noticed.
Yeah, that's no excuse. I only know one dude who's actually, and he's probably 5'3". You know what I'm talking about.
I don't think he's shorter than I am.
Short, yeah. So he's short, maybe 5'2".
So I'm 5'2", 5'3".
Yeah.
On a good day.
That 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", those dudes are not. They're not as problematic as legend says. It's the guys that are even shorter than that are the actuallys. In my experience.
I know.
Although
exactly
maybe I get a different.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The thing is that whenever I fucking see another short motherfucker like me and shit, it's like it's the short man mafia.
Yeah, we're
so we don't really experience negative sides to each other. What's up? Yeah.
Well, and like I said, we say this a lot. I don't really know how shit works in normie world. Okay. Incidentally, that was another thing that cracked me up about the Wednesday show, was that they made a very clear distinction between the outcast world in the school
goth world,
and then all the people were normies.
Yeah.
And I said that's really funny because that's how you can tell that like Tim Burton and them wrote that shit, because it's like that's how we talk.
That's
how we talk about.
We call people normies, but the main one was mundanes. We call people that was the old way. Mundane. A mundane was a regular person. We're not saying that they're not normal, because they're not normal. Nobody's really normal.
Yeah,
they're just mundane. They're common. The common folk.
The common folk.
Yeah. The common people.
Like that Pulp song.
Common and boring.
Yeah, that's all.
That's the way
And they're not all like that. Like some of them, when you talk to them, some of them like are.
I was fucking talking about one time. I was talking to some goth people openly on Facebook. This is probably 10, 15 years ago. And I said, stop fucking with these mundanes like that. And a friend of mine who was, it was the guy that was fucking, what's his name? The guy that was dating Sonia at the time. The guy who worked for the drug company.
Who, Bill?
Bill Rivera. Bill Rivera goes, wait a minute, hold on. Am I a mundane? And I was just like,
they get a little insecure about that.
Insecure.
If you bring that up.
And I was like, no, I don't really consider you.
He's an honorary.
Yeah, I said I don't really consider you a mundane because everybody likes you and you fit in fine. So, you know, he goes, oh, well, thanks.
I mean, he looks like a normie.
He looks like a mundane, but no, he's a cool dude.
But he's a cool dude.
Super cool dude. Yeah.
Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to do.
Yeah, clothes aren't everything.
No,
it's how you treat people. You know, and the goth scene fucking varies in certain regions. In the New England area, you know, in Boston, it's snooty and exclusive. It was. According to Shannon, I raised Shannon, she's my goth daughter. She says that it's changed because they kicked all those out, and now it's just an overweight scene. That they're just overweight and ugly people who complain about everyththing. And I was like, well, shit, I don't want to be there, because it's not and the clubs that I went to are closed down there now, like Man Ray. But the scene and the way the social structure works in the goth subculture, and it's very much like what you see in a way in the Wednesday series.
I think that's why we like it so much, because I'm just kind of like, I mean, and I don't even think they're lampooning it. No. They're not really making fun of it. They're just kind of pointing it out.
They're pointing the way it is. It's different factions. You got the sirens, the werewolves, and the sorcerers. It's kind of like that in a way.
The Da Vinci's.
Yeah, the Da Vinci's. You got nerds, the hoes, all the fucking badasses. There's different flavors of them, and they're all getting along because it's a common culture with the music. And even though there are differences in the scene, and even though there are catfights in the scene, they will immediately turn on a normie. If Normies gets in there and starts
fucking with
oh,
shit,
you're going to get kicked out of the fucking
everybody
club.
will turn on them.
Yeah.
Everyone will gang together for a
and
common
get you
purpose.
out of there. Yeah.
Immediately. Even people that don't like each other normally.
Yeah. And they're going to talk about you online.
Yeah.
It's like a mafia.
Look at this motherfucker.
You don't have to be the same because there are differences in there. It's just that everybody has to get along.
Yeah.
And we're all enjoying the same clubs and the same scene and the same music. And
like I said, it's kind of cool because there's a huge range of ages.
Yeah.
Which
generations and everything.
Which, like, I don't know how common that is, like, in other subcultures.
Yeah.
But, because you get people still, like, old people like us still going out to bars.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole contingent.
And a lot of us look just as good as the young people.
50s and 60s, but then you have, like, a whole bunch of new ones coming in, 20s and 30s, and, like, they know all the old shit, but they know some of the new shit, too, and it's... You know what I mean?
And it's kind of shown in the Wednesday series with the teachers. The teachers are the elder goths, and that's a thing. Elder goth. You can hear that go back 20 years.
I'm in an elder goth group on Facebook.
That's a 40-plus goth person. It's an elder goth.
Who remembers shit from back in the day.
And they ask us questions, and they'll, a lot of it's online, and the trade in music and fucking appreciate. But it's not anything fucking sinister though. Like a lot of people say, well, it's a cult. No. It's more of appreciation of club culture, music, and fashion.
Aesthetic, yeah.
And aesthetic. And
that's literally all it is.
That's all it is.
Because there's just always going to be a certain percentage of people, and always have been, that are into creepy shit.
Yeah.
They into creepy shit. They love graveyards and just spooky stuff.
Yeah.
And that's never going to be a mainstream thing, because most people don't like that stuff. But the small percentage of people that are into that stuff are usually going to find each other.
Yeah,
and just start hanging out and vibing.
And that's our dating pool, mating pool. That's where we meet all our friends. It's kind of like church to go to these places.
But not as lame.
And the thing is we know about all the other ones. So we know what's happening in other cities. Not all the time, but we have friends in other cities doing stuff. Hey, you can pull strings in another city. So it's in some ways like a mafia. But it isn't. It's not nefarious.
We don't kill people unless they really deserve it.
And it's just shit like this going on for a long time. I mean, that was very similar to New Orleans with the Mardi Gras culture and the Mardi Gras parade stuff. They do that every year. They're going to do Mardi Gras parades and fucking dress up like princes and princesses. It's like that, just that we do it a lot more regular. But it's just a good subculture. We grew up like this, and it's been going on for generations, so it ain't going anywhere. And it's been going on since the 1800s, because in the United States you could say that Poe and fucking Lovecraft and Mary Shelley in England and shit, they were into gothic literature. They didn't really have a club culture yet. It took time. I don't think a club culture really emerged until the 20s, and that would have been cabarets.
Yeah,
that would have been like
absinthe bars and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, 20s.
Which a lot of goths really like that aesthetic in that time period.
So it wasn't long. Late 1800s, 1880s, 1890s, and then a few decades later you had clubs in the 20s, early 1900s. And then I've seen films of girls, you know what I mean? Some of the shit's like old porn from the 70s, and just the way they're dressed, those are goth girls. So it's like fetish typey stuff. And they were doing stuff it was doing stuff in LA.
Yeah.
They had that in the 70s. It was just more of a dark rock look.
Yeah, they didn't really call it that.
They didn't have a word for it yet.
And it wasn't as codified as going into music and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haida said when I lived in DC in the 90s, the goth scene was super snooty. Yeah. I kind of feel like in some cities it was. Even here, I was going to clubs in Tampa in the late 90s probably. And Tampa always seemed like a lot snootier to me than Orlando did.
It is.
Orlando is a lot more ragtag. Yeah. Kind of always was.
No, it's more folky.
Yeah.
It's just regular people, regular goth people. But the thing is, though, is that, yes, the castle in Tampa would be slightly more snooty than Orlando.
I always found that, yeah.
But it's nowhere near as bad as it was in Boston in the 90s. Even worse. I came up 300% worse. Now, a place that was not as snooty would have been Detroit, because I did time in Detroit also before I joined the Army. Going to the City Club and the Shelter, St. Andrews Hall. That picture outside on the First and Last and Always album in the inner jacket says Detroit's finest adult theaters when they're standing there. That's St. Andrews Hall. That's when they were playing at St. Andrews, because Andrew Elders loved Detroit. It was a little bit before my time, but that's where he was hanging out. That's where they took that photo. When he's talking about, I'd love to go to the place where the manholes steam, he's talking about Detroit. That's what it's like in the winter. Detroit, even though fucking in the day, its goth credibility was fucking legendary. I was at the bar just a couple months ago, and an old man started talking to me. He was from Detroit, and Jenny was overhearing what we were talking about. The clubs in Detroit back in the fucking way it was in the 80s. And fucking
we were at Barbarella actually.
Yeah, and we were talking about the way it was back in the 80s, and it was like
because he was also from there.
Yeah, he was from. It was like post-apocalyptic, and he loved Florida. He's like, oh man, this is great. He's like, yeah, but Detroit, even though that's why The Crow is the movie The Crow. It is actually taking place in Detroit because that's where one of the original scenes was taking place in the U.S. and. It was fucking lovely, and it wasn't snooty at all. You just had to show up, and you had to have a certain kind of look, and you had to have, just keep going to the clubs. And I didn't know how to appreciate it at the time because I was so young, and seemed like it was just normal. You know what I mean? It was just like normal. I didn't realize how different it was compared to the rest.
Yeah, it's I think I kind of had the same experience because when I was younger, and I mostly grew up in Daytona Beach, which is pretty rednecky. It has a very distinct biker element, but it's pretty rednecky and spring breaky. It's very beachy, which I wasn't into. And for a long time prior to the internet, I didn't know that other people were into, because from when I was a little kid, I was into creepy shit. Like, I really liked ghost stories and Edgar Allan Poe. It's like, as soon as I could read, I was, like, reading that stuff. I was just into it from birth, probably. But I didn't realize that there was a whole subculture until, like, maybe, like, the early 80s when I first heard, like, a Cure song, like, randomly or something like that. And I realized that there was, like, a whole, there's other people that are into this, and there's, like, all this music. And I was, like, immediately, like, this is for me. Here I go, like, over here. So to me, it's like, I just was like that from childhood, so I never think about it. And it's, like, still funny to me nowadays. Yeah. Because even now, like, in the year of our Lord, 2025, like, every now and then, like, somebody will see, like, I'll do, like, a Zoom meeting with, a client or something like that, and they'll see, like, my background, and they'll be like, wow, that's scary, or something like that. And I'm like, is it? Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I'm just in here all the time, so it's like it's not weird.
It's not spooky.
Yeah. No, it's not weird to us. So so I think it's funny that people are still weirded out by.
Yeah, we just kind of grew up this way. This is normalized for us. But a lot of stuff's normalized for me, too. I just got back from a fucking biker bar that had a bunch of country western music going on. I'm talking to a bunch of fucking bikers.
Yeah, he messaged me, like, while he was there. He's like, country on.
Yeah, and Amy's going, this fucking music sucks. And I said, I'm going to put on fucking vampire songs. She, yeah, put that on. She's putting her titties on me and fucking like that. I'm going to put it on. Wait. So I put the fucking...
Get your tits off me.
Yeah, she's always trying to... Yeah. Where are we going with these titties? Just shit like that. She goes, yeah, put it on. So I put it on. And fucking, it's just, for us, just what's normalized is just, I don't know. They can make a movie on a lot of shit that we've done, and we don't really notice it. Because it's been this way forever. For us.
It's funny because I forget,
forget that it's weird.
I forget, because, and I've worked at home for a long time and shit like that. I forgot. And then remember when I started working at that job in Daytona a couple years back? Like, I got that job in Daytona. And there was, like, the people there were really nice and everything like that, but very normal, very Daytona. And they're talking about shit, and I'm sitting there, like, looking at them like...
Yeah, like what?
I'm a weirdo. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about right now. Yeah, so it kind of highlighted for me like how out of that I am.
But if you're not in that scene, it's not something that's nefarious or evil or anything like that. There is a dark aesthetic to it, but it's more about the beauty of it. And they're very good people, but they tend to be a little bit shy and defensive, a lot of them. And if you're not in the scene, they're immediately kind of skeptical.
Suspicious, yeah.
They're suspicious.
Because they don't know what your motives are.
Yeah, and you can't just go in there if you're some dude and you're a normie and just start picking up goth chicks. They're like, get the fuck out of here. Because
they'll hit you.
They're inundated with that. They're like, okay, you got some kind of fetish and you watch a porn movie, get the fuck out of here.
And you think that we're all
You go in there normally and just drink and hang out and have fun with everybody and get to meet everybody and go regularly over time and let everybody get to know you. You get that's you can kind of like become a member of the scene, but you got to do time in there. And you got to make friends.
Yeah, because you might be surprised to know that like a lot of our friends from the bars and stuff like that, but especially the dudes, are pretty just regular looking.
Yeah, a lot of them are like guys that like rock and new wave.
They don't like dress up or nothing, usually.
Most of the guys are
Some of them do, but most of them don't.
There is a delineation point between a goth dude and a guy who's just hangs out in the scene.
Yeah.
Which you can just hang out in the scene. Sorry, you don't have to be gothic. As long as everybody likes you. If you're a hot dude but you're gothic, you're going to fucking clean up. Especially if you're young. Because there's so many young goth females that are looking for guys. And there is a big gender imbalance in there. There's not very many guys. There's a lot of girls.
In general, not just goth dudes, just dudes in general, don't make an effort over their appearance as much. And I kind of feel like goth girls kind of like dudes that look the part.
That look the part and do shit.
That look like they've kind of put themselves together.
That's how I did so well over the years, even before I met Jen and shit. Because Jen will tell you, because me and Jen were friends before we ever went out. And she knows what I'm like when I'm single. I can dance, I dressed right, and I made friends with all those girls. I had a lot of female friends. I was friends with my exes that were in there.
Yeah.
And,
which is always good. That's always a green flag.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend would come, hey, because we'd always part on fucking good ways. It's just not working out, I wasn't that kind of guy. My looks helped, and I could dance, and I spent the money on the clothes, and I knew the culture, and I came up in the culture, and fucking, I was outnumbered. There was I was outnumbered fucking 6-1 easily.
Yeah.
So if you're a good goth dude, you're gonna fucking do well. They're just dudes don't put in the effort.
Yeah, they don't. A lot of them don't.
Now you don't have to be goth to get a goth girlfriend, but every non-goth dude that I know that got a gothic girlfriend, he was still a special dude.
And he knew about that culture, and he knew the music.
He knew about the culture.
Like
he could move in the culture. And he was a good-looking guy who had a lot of friends in there, and knew how to dress. He could still dance, and he was socially acceptable. There's standards.
Yeah,
there are standards in the goth scene.
I mean, you should have. Well, everybody should.
Everybody has standards. There are standards in the goth scene. Without standards, then you're just a piece of shit. You can piss your pants and walk around. I don't have standards. I'm just gonna fucking shit my pants wherever I go. No standards. You got there. The goth scene had high standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, you don't have to, because a lot of people we know don't go all out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they've been going there for years.
Yeah.
Like, they know all the music. They know even, like, the obscure shit and everything like that. They've just been doing this forever, and it's their whole thing. Like,
and just because a dude is goth as fuck doesn't mean he looks good. There are dudes that fucking know everything about the goth music. They know everything about the culture. They're fucking superstars in the scene. They dress like shit.
Yeah.
But everybody still loves them. It's just because they... Like, Dr. Michael.
Yeah.
Dr. Michael fucking wears a black t-shirt with fucking something on it.
Usually Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe or Morticia Adams or fucking...
yes, he has a Morticia shirt.
Morticia
Adams. And a vampire one, too.
And vampire. He'll have something like that.
And I think he has a Christian Death one, too.
Yeah, and
he
then
rotates
have
between
some long black cargo shorts and black combat boots. and long fucking hair, and he's bald on top. He looks like fucking
Riff Raff a little
looks
bit.
like Riff Raff from fucking. He's just a crazy looking dude, but he's awesome.
Yeah,
He fucking dances. He's fucking, and he's like fucking omnisexual. If he's around you, he's gonna be grabbing and fucking. But he's like making a big deal about it. It's funny. He's fucking real funny. He's a clown. He's a clown. Yeah. See that bitch give me a big kiss and shit. This fucking snaggle tooth. How you doing, bitch? Like that. And he'll go fuck with the girls, and he'll come back and he'll dance a little bit, and he'll go fuck. He's just a clown, you know. But everybody likes him.
Because he's delightful.
Yeah, everybody likes him. And he's a crazy veterinarian.
He's just a
about our age,
he's just a fun dude.
Yeah.
To hang around.
Yeah.
You know, he's just fun.
Yeah, he's like Uncle Fester. He's like Uncle Fester.
Kind of, but not fat.
No, he's not fat.
He's actually quite thin.
Yeah, he's kind of skinny. Pot belly, but skinny.
Yeah, he has a little bit of pop belly.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's our age, but he's thin otherwise.
Yeah, it looks like something out of a monster movie.
But like I said, he's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single person that does not like that.
No, everybody likes him.
Everybody loves him.
I'll be drunk as shit. So, where the fuck is Dr. Michael? When's he coming? They go, he ain't here yet. Because he shows up, it's like fucking celebrity has arrived.
Yeah, like because he didn't usually get there till like 11:30 or something.
Yeah, he shows up late.
You know what I mean? So then you'll kind of see him like coming through the crowd, and it takes him forever to get there because he's like got to stop, and everybody's like, ah! You know what I mean? It's like pretty funny.
Yeah.
So like he's just most of the night he's just kind of going around like talking, like hugging
His
people.
fingerless gloves on.
Yeah. He's rad.
And he dresses like shit, but fucking he makes up for it.
He's like super into it. Like he really likes all.
Yeah,
that
he's
shit.
got.
And
He's got the
super
shit.
into it.
He'll know all the bands and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not like
he's not faking
or nothing. Tom Baker says, "Ooh, he mentioned "Ghost in My House" by The Fall. Ooh, I love that song. That's a cover, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, but can't remember who did the original. But The Fall actually did a lot of covers. I fucking love The Fall.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like they don't get talked about enough. Granther says, asking for a friend, who do goth girls like more at the club? Dudes who can dance or dudes who dress smartly? Well, both is ideal. Yeah. But I will say, okay, I know a dude. We know a dude. I don't know him super well, but he's been going there for a long time, and he just dresses just regular. He usually just wears like jeans and like a black t-shirt or something like that, and maybe some Doc Marten boots or something. But he's a really good dancer.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forgot his name.
So I think it's Adrian.
Yeah, I think it is Adrian. He's an older guy who fucking.
And he's probably our age.
Yeah,
and he's just into it.
And he's a real nice guy.
And he's super nice.
He's like somebody you meet at the office.
Yeah, he's
just
super,
like some
super
office
nice.
dude.
So like somebody like that, I kind of feel like you would go farther, go in that way.
Yeah, he can dance.
Than being like super gothed out,
but
also being kind of a douche or snotty or something. You know what I mean?
The thing is though, is that
it depends.
The goth
on the person.
look in a club is not hard to achieve. It's just that your average normie doesn't know where to start. They're gonna start with a shirt or some shit. No, boots. It's
shoes,
always
bitch.
The boots.
Because we can always tell.
Yeah, boots.
By your shoes.
You show up with some fucking black dress shoes. No, you gotta show up with some shit like that, man. Like New Rocks. Okay? Fucking high end.
We've seen it, and I feel like girls are kind of guilty of this too.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you'll see it, and the outfit looks pretty good.
And then you look at the shoes.
But then you look at your shoes and you're like,
she's fake. Nah. You go out and you get you a $300.
She doesn't dress like that usually.
You go out and you get you a $300 pair of fucking New Rocks. That's the name of the company, New Rock. They're from Spain. Or $120 pair of Demonia. That's another bit. But New Rocks, you only had to buy those once. Demonia fall apart after a couple years.
I mean, you can't go wrong with those.
Yeah. And this is a fucking pair of New Rocks. I'm gonna show you. These were about $320. My tall boots were about $450.
But you've had those like.
And you only had to buy them once. They are real leather, heavy, fucking cowhide. All right, that's what they look like. That's a fucking goth boot.
Yeah.
They look like something out of fucking Klingon warlords.
And like I said, you can get cheaper ones than that because I've got some shit from Shein that looks real good.
Yeah, but don't go cheap. Just fucking because we know the cheap brands. This is a prestige brand.
Not even the cheap brands. It's just kind of like that look.
Yeah.
You know that they just went to like some store in the mall,
Yeah.
like just a regular ass shoe store, and got that.
These
shit.
are handmade from fucking Spain. Okay. They weigh a lot and they last forever, and they can be repaired if anything goes wrong.
Yeah, it's like an investment.
I got 3 pair of them, and that shoes and 2 pair of boots. A pair of shoes and 2 pair of boots.
Was that a kid he just ran
Yeah,
by?
it was good.
Where was she that whole time?
Sitting back there behind the fucking thing.
Has she been back there the whole time?
The whole time, yeah. Sleeping.
Pookie was back there napping the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
time. I just saw a little shadow come.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, she's just been back there the whole time. But yeah, it's just kind of funny the way they, because you know how sometimes, and like I said, this is mostly, you see girls doing this, like, because I'm sure somebody told them, like they had a friend or something like that that's like, oh, there's this goth night or whatever. Oh, just wear black. You know what I mean? And so they'll all come up, and you can tell that they're like dressed up. You can tell they don't usually wear that kind of stuff. Because one, it'll look okay, but it'll be kind of corporate-y or kind of mall-y, you know what I mean? But then like you look at the shoes and you're just kind of like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here, you know? We can always tell. And like I said, we're not brand whores or anything like that. It's just that I would almost rather people not. I mean, if you want to go and hang out at the club and you just like the music and you know the music and you can dance and you're not going to be an obnoxious chode about it, I would rather you just wear regular ass clothes. You know, you don't gotta put a costume on. If you don't usually look like that, like don't dress up, because like I said, you're gonna stick out. You know, you're gonna stick out if you try to wear some shit you don't usually wear, because you can tell that they show up and you can tell they're insecure, because they don't usually wear this, so they feel kind of uncomfortable, and then they get kind of intimidated because then they see other people there like dressed up more, or like, you know, dressed in kind of a more, you know, kind of more style that looks along this, and you can tell that they're kind of like, oh man, they're gonna be able to tell I'm a poser. I'm like, yeah, we can tell you're a poser.
But Graham,
I'm telling you right now,
you get a high quality pair of boots like these, all right, like New Rocks, and all you need is a fucking good pair of black tight jeans and a fucking good black t-shirt and right bracelets. You'll look goth.
yeah, like I said, you don't have to do anything super elaborate.
It doesn't have to be anything fucking elaborate, all right. It's the boots that make the outfit and the shoes. Anything else you put on top of it, it's still going to give that goth effect.
I mean, not anything, but a lot of things.
Yeah, most. It just has to be black.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be black and kind of tight, or depends on what look you're going for. But very basic. You could just go kind of punk rock. That'd be the very basic, like I have now, just like a wife beater and wearing some black motorcycle jeans and just some, you know, leather bracelets.
Like I said, you could just literally just wear jeans.
I could go to the club like this.
Yeah, and he has done.
I've done it before, yeah, and I'd be dancing like that, you know.
And that's just kind of what he wears all the time.
It's what I wear all the time, yeah.
I mean, you could just kind of wear just black jeans, like some black Doc Martens or some black New Rocks or something like that, and just like a band shirt.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Bare minimum would be Doc Martens. I could wear some Doc Martens with this, and it would still kind of.
That's still pretty old school, though.
But it's a little old school, and it's gonna be New Rocks for me, New Rocks, because that's your.
But you could still get away with
That's your gold card. That's your gold card, American Express, of like, I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
I paid some money for this shit.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I have. Fuck out of my way. All right. You know, it's like driving a fucking.
Well, it's like
BMW.
it just shows that you take it seriously,
Right,
Like,
right.
and this is something that
you
spend it because you wear these a lot.
Yeah.
And you dance in them a lot. And
If
you're
I were
gonna
to
get
wear
a lot
what
of
I'm
use out
wearing
of
now,
them.
and then I put on some fucking $60 fucking combat boots or something like it, no. It doesn't work the same way. You'd be kind of you have to have cred.
And you have to have like a distinctive look. I'm thinking in particular, and this is
women can get away with a lot more than dudes.
That's true. We have a lot more leeway.
You're here to listen to a woman. A woman has a lot more fucking leeway. Especially if she's hot, she can wear a lot of shit and still be goth. Dudes have to wear a fucking some kind of a fucking something to denote them as that they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that means certain brandage. New Rock or Demonia would be very minimum. Demonia would be minimum for footwear.
Yeah, you would at least need that, or something that looked like that.
But then you're going to go something that looks like Demonia, then you're talking about Shein.
Yeah.
Shein's pretty cheap.
It is.
And any dude could buy Shein. Women can get away with Shein boots because everybody knows that women have vast fucking wardrobes.
Yeah, I have a lot of shoes.
So
and I'm not even a shoe person.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of shoes.
Jen has fucking 30 pair of fucking goth boots. Okay?
Of varying types.
Yeah, various styles. Dudes aren't like that. We'll have like 4.
Yeah.
You know. And since we're wearing the same 3 or 4, they gotta last. And some of the shit I've worn for fucking decades.
And you're dancing in them every week. So you have to...
And New Rock's been around forever. It's fucking real leather, and it can be repaired, and it's fucking expensive when you buy it. Okay, here's a good example. I was watching the Wednesday Addams second season, and I was looking at her shoes. Those are some badass fucking shoes that looks like New Rocks that she's wearing. Shoes, yeah. So I went online to find out what shoe Wednesday was wearing, because it's got a big heel like these and everything.
Yeah, they're chunky.
Turns out it's Prada.
Mm.
And they're 900 pounds.
Yeah.
Expensive. Almost over $1,000. I wouldn't spend that. I could get that same look if I was a girl from New Rock.
I mean, even if I had it.
I wouldn't spend that for I could get that same look that Wednesday's having from New Rock for about $350. Maybe less on a girl's shoe, because that wasn't a fucking tall boot. It was just a shoe.
Yeah.
Probably could get that for $250. And still, that's a fucking great shoe. And it would have that look, and it would last you more than 20 years. That pair of New Rock shoes I have in there is over 20 years. I think it's 25 years old. You can still wear them, and they're still in style.
Yeah. Yeah, you can totally get away with it.
Yeah, they haven't changed much the way they look.
Yeah. That's kind of the interesting thing about... I mean, the goth fashion has evolved over the years. Like, if you showed up... Okay, this is a good example. It's kind of extreme. But if you showed up to a goth club now, looking like a graver, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With like fur, the big fur like legging things.
I do like that look though.
But if you showed up like that, I kind of feel like some people would be like, for a minute,
you could
could get away with it
if it was an updated version of that.
Yeah, you could probably get away with it.
Yeah.
But I just kind of feel like that's a very distinctive era in goth fashion that you don't really see anymore. Because like I said, that was a very early 2000s.
Aurora used to fucking pull that off.
I remember that, yeah. Like and I have some of those big fuzzy. It was never really my thing. I wasn't really into that graver look. But
with certain outfits, if it was
it
done
works
the right
with
way,
certain outfits, yeah.
Yeah, I would almost think that would look really cool with brown. If you were going to do kind of like a fucking werewolf-inspired outfit.
Yeah, if you were doing
with
something like
brown
that.
fur there and some brown around the shoulder, brown fur around the shoulders.
Yeah. You can get away with a lot. There's a lot of leeway.
Yeah.
But you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as far as mixing things go.
But
You don't see much steampunk anymore either.
Yeah, steampunk's kind of going
That's kind of gone by the wayside.
But Graham's talking about very basic middle-aged dude just showing up. What do you wear? Get you a good pair of fucking boots or shoes from New Rock.
I kind of feel like that would be the main
from $200 or
investment.
$300.
Because honestly, if you have nice shoes, you
that
could just
seals
wear
the deal.
black jeans and
Black jeans
a
and a
fucking
t-shirt.
I don't know, Joy Division shirt or some shit
a
like
Joy
that.
Division t-shirt and some
Not
bracelets.
a brand new one though. Don't do that.
Yeah, and it's got to be kind of small, kind of tight,
like tight. That works.
then we don't wear anything that's baggy because that means you're just hiding fat. Right? You just get some really good fucking New Rock boots, some good fucking motorcycle type jeans.
It's easier for dudes.
And a cool fucking black concert t-shirt that's kind of tight
and looks kind of
and a cool necklace and
like
some bracelets, black leather bracelets, and you're ready. That's all.
Yeah, that's really all a dude would have to wear.
Yeah, and
like I said, you'd have to know what the music was, and two, you'd at least have
you have to know how to dance that.
You'd
music.
have to have at least a modicum of rhythm.
Yeah,
and honestly, for dudes, I feel like the bar is pretty low there because white dudes cannot fucking dance. I don't know if they can't hear the rhythm. What is their fucking problem, man?
I'm gonna fucking defend whiteness. I'm gonna defend whiteness.
Not all white. Hashtag not all white man.
Hashtag not all white dudes. Because fucking no, I can dance. You can tell.
Well, you can dance. I'm not
talking
talking about you.
It's just that there's.
I'm talking about normie white dudes.
Okay, let me talk about you. Went to mannequins. And I was out there, I was all fucking muscled up. This was fucking about a year ago. We were dancing, and up there fucking laying against the wall was kind of a fucking white jock boy. Athletic looking, he looked great. Bitch couldn't dance.
Nope.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this all about? I was mortified. I'm like, you're athletic.
I'm embarrassed on your behalf.
I'm embarrassed on your behalf. You're athletic. You probably look like a football player. You're supposed to have some agility and a mind-body connection to understand a rhythm and a fucking dance. And
they just can't, though. I don't understand that.
It's inhibition.
I think that's probably
it's inhibition. All right.
They don't want to.
Jen has seen me grab dudes and go, "Come on, let me show you how to do this shit." You don't know you. Remember that dude was?
Yeah.
You failed. I told him. I said, "You failed. You failed. That's not how you dance."
They could do it if they wanted to.
Because there's too much inhibition in them.
They just, because literally all I see them do most of the time, and this is mostly at mannequins, like where you get some of those normie kind of jock dudes coming in, and they'll just go out there and just kind of shuffle around.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like it's inhibition.
Like, what are you even doing?
They think that dancing is somehow effeminate or something.
I think that's what it is. It's like, will people think I'm gay if I look like I'm having a good time?
Which is like a weird thing, because if you can't dance, it's a sign that you can't fight either.
Or fuck.
Oh, yeah. All right. Dudes like Bruce Lee, who were kind of a martial artist that was envisioning the future of MMA, okay? They're like, maybe we can fight free form without style, but to still have control and power. What is the ultimate form of fighting? The philosophy behind Bruce Lee was saying some real shit, and he did fight. But the thing is that Bruce Lee was a dancer.
Yeah,
he came
like
from China.
Yeah,
he came from Chinese theater, which is more like acrobatics and dancing, and that was his gateway drug into fighting. Because fighting is very much like a dance.
Yeah.
If you can fucking dance well, and you have physical strength and power, you can fight well. They were taking in the 70s, some of those football teams, they were taking them to ballet class to fucking train these guys to have a better mind-body connection and a control over their body. Because just being a fucking big dumb oaf, that's not enough. You have to have the connection between mind and body to collect this into a fucking
finesse.
Into something that's an organized effort. You know, it's not just some woo. And for any of you young fucks, and I know we probably don't have any young motherfuckers listening to me right now, learn how to fucking dance. Start if you're ashamed, you're embarrassed of dancing. Dance in your room first. Watch how other people dance. Learn how to fucking step to the beats and and watch. And if you go to a club, fucking watch how a dude who's dancing well and who's killing it, ask him how he does it and fucking have him dance with you. You say that's crazy. I ain't dancing with no man. I danced with so many men. Fucking last week I was dancing with a gay dude like that, looking at Jen like that, and when you like that, fucking she was loving it. Okay. No, dance with another dude, okay, and then you understand it.
I guarantee you'll get laid a lot more.
You get laid a lot more if you can dance, because girls go that
love that shit.
Fuck.
Girls love that shit.
Dancing, fighting, fucking. That is a very male thing. It's just that in the Western society, those things were not connected, but they were very connected in fucking Mesoamerican societies, the Aztec and the Inca, the fucking Africans and shit. And they danced, they fought, and they fucked. And it was all kind of the same thing. So get out there and learn how to dance, bitches. I ought to have a whole program to raise these young dudes on how to fucking develop themselves, how to do this shit, how we did it in the army, back in the old army. You know, fucking, but Yeah, and not all dudes were as successful as me, but it depends on who it is you're dealing with. You know what I mean? But all my brothers, fucking, I came up without a basic training. I'm still in contact with all of them, and they're all fucking successful dudes. They're all fucking married, and we can go back. Like me and Sparks, we can fucking talk about shit happened a long time ago, and then fucking talk about what's happening now. And I've shown pictures of me and Sparks. Sparks is now on his second wife. His second wife's black. So he had white children. Now he's having black children. And he's fucking making fucking a shit ton of money. Selling cars for a dealership. On his second house, his house burned down. The other one, his little dogs died in the house. It was fucking sad.
Don't tell me that.
And it's just... And me and Sparks were really out of our fucking company. Me and Sparks were really the only two dudes that had girlfriends. When we were in the army. Real girlfriends that were cute. Yeah. Yeah. Because those dudes couldn't pull. But me and Sparks were talking about, I said, man, why are we getting all the women? It's just because we understand. Sparks was a big fucking 6'4" good looking motherfucker. I worked with him. He's my AG. He carried all my ammo when I was 60. Right, and he has style, man. Jen, should I dig up a picture of Sparks?
I mean, I don't know. I got some questions I gotta answer.
Okay, yeah, she answer some questions.
I gotta get a drink. You know?
Okay. You want me to get you another drink? Okay. But my advice to any man, two things. Learn how to dance. Learn how to cook. This reminds me of about a year ago. One of these Russian high school kids. Putin was visiting his high school, and this kid fucking jumps up. He had this fucking shit-eating grin on his face, you know. High testosterone, little motherfucker, little Russian kid. He's like, President Putin, I need some advice. How do we fucking increase our manliness? That's what he said. And Putin fucking snickered. He laughed. He goes, you want to increase your manliness? Learn how to cook. And they all laughed. And he goes, what? You think it's not manly to know how to cook? And he goes, you are absolutely wrong. So what about all these Mongols and all these Tatars that were fucking tore through fucking Russia in the olden days? You think they had their mom with them teaching them how to cook? Says, no, those dudes knew how to cook. They knew how to barbecue. And then they went, oh, yeah, that's right. She goes, learn how to fucking take care of yourself. Learn how to fucking feed yourself. And then you can feed others. So, yeah, learn how to fucking cook. Every fucking southern redneck dude is going to tell you that fucking when it comes to barbecuing and cooking food, you know, and even our black rednecks, they're going to tell you fucking we know how to cook. It involves fire and meat and feeding people. You got to kill something and burn it and fucking... and cut it up and clean. Learn how to fucking, you know, dress a deer, and you can fucking how to fucking dress fish, okay, and then how to cook fish. I came up with this shit early in Mississippi, but that's these basics a man has to know. But if you get more advanced, you learn how to fucking cook. And you can cook pastries, and you're gonna fucking be able. In your kitchen, I got a brand new kitchen. And soon I might even have a cooking show. That kitchen.
We should totally do that.
Yeah, I might have a cooking show. So that kitchen downstairs is almost done. It's fucking beautiful. I'm gonna show you all how to make fucking.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like
baking.
Dudes, there's certain contingent of dudes, and especially now that the whole incel thing got all popular again.
Yeah.
Manosphere. That somehow think that it's like not manly
to
cook or clean your house or wash your own ass or something.
Yeah,
dude, everybody should know how to at least cook basic shit, clean basic kind of shit. It's called being an adult.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's not a woman thing. It's not a man thing. It's an adult thing. If you don't know how to do that, then mostly women, especially nowadays, are gonna think, oh, this dude lived in his mom's fucking basement, and is no value to me.
And look, before I was a soldier, I was a fucking cook. All right, it's hard work. I fucking loved it. And in between, later on, in between things, in between contracting and security contract, whatever, sometimes I'm gonna fucking have to go back into the kitchen. And that's like some manly shit. It's like you're working in hell. It's hot as hell in there.
Yeah, it's
and
hard.
It's hard work.
My brother did it too.
And learning how to cook is a very manly skill. And the women that can do it, I got a shit ton of respect for them. One of the hardest cooking is how to do pastry. All right, it's not to order because the customer isn't waiting on that, so it's more time. But man, the ratios of the components and the cooking temperature has to be just right because your cake ain't gonna be good. There's cakes, pastries, everything, and it's beautiful. If you want fucking cinnamon rolls, if you want cobbler, if you want fucking cake, you want cupcakes. What's gonna be in the cupcake? What do we have to make cupcakes with? Are we gonna have peanut butter? What can we make the peanut butter into a frosting? Man, there's all kinds of fucking... And you're going to take basically a bunch of bullshit and turn it into a masterpiece. And it's not going to cost anything.
It's an art form.
It's an art form.
For real.
Exactly. It's like making rock music. Go to the restroom.
Yeah. So, why... It's weird to me, like, how it's still... obviously less so nowadays, but it's still kind of considered like, oh, that's the thing for the women to do, like cook. Even though most of the top chefs and stuff like that are men, not as much as used to be, but like, yeah, a lot of them are men, like a lot of the celebrity chefs and stuff. And nobody would call Gordon Ramsay like effeminate. I mean, if you did, he'd probably punch you in the face. You know what I mean? Or call you a donut. But nobody ever accused him of being not manly. So it's like, I don't really understand that whole stupid. It's just very stupid. It's very stupid. That shit like that is gendered in any way because it's like, it's just adult shit. It's just, if you live by yourself, you gotta cook for yourself. You gotta clean your house. You gotta do that kind of shit. You gotta do laundry. You gotta do all that stuff. Unless you're rich enough to hire a fucking maid, which most people are not. So, any dude that can't do that, that's like a baby. You don't want another fucking baby in your house, especially you got kids. You don't need another kid, a grown ass man that's a kid. Figure your shit out. Just saying. Grabs just saying, what are the best goth dance songs? And then High Desert. Ooh, that's a good one actually. There's No Tomorrow by Clan of Zymox. That is a very good song actually. I think he played that at Abyss last week. Was it that one, or it might have been a different one? He does play a lot. We saw Clan of Zymox a couple years back, matter of fact. I think he played one of their older ones, too. I think he played Jasmine and Rose, which is, that's a classic right there. I don't know. Best goth dance songs, Gramthers wants to know.
Best goth dance? Oh, there's so many of them.
There's so many.
Oh man, fucking Virgin Prunes.
That was the first one I thought of, and they never play this.
Yeah, Baby Turns Blue.
The only time it's kind of more of a death rock song. Yeah. The only time I ever heard it in a club was in New York City. But I wish more people would play it. That's a great fucking song. Yeah, Baby Turns Blue by Virgin Prunes. I love that fucking song. It's a great fucking dance song.
I really used to like some of the slow songs too. They used to play from like Death in June, like fucking Fall Apart.
Or She Said Destroy.
Yeah. There's just so many of them. Fucking Marianne.
Yeah, that's a great song to dance
from Sisters of Mercy.
I'm trying to think.
Some of the industrial stuff, Skinny Puppy. Early Skinny Puppy was good. Fucking Smothered Hope.
I was always a big fan of Tones on Tail, Christian Says.
Yeah.
Like a lot, Dimitri will play that for me a lot of times. Because I like the more gothy shit than I do the industrial shit. Although I like industrial too, but I usually like kind of the more gothy shit.
Yeah.
If they're gonna play, they don't play a lot of Bauhaus, honestly. Because to be fair, a lot of their songs are not super danceable.
From what?
Bauhaus.
Yeah, no.
They're not super danceable. They did a great cover of Ziggy Stardust. They'll play that sometimes, but they don't play Kick in the Eye though, and that's a great dance song.
Yeah.
I would argue.
Okay.
But that hardly ever gets played.
Oh, my boy Len's Woods here. Tom and Jenny were drinking Warsteiner's German beer and tacos. Just saying, became grandparents. Okay, so your kids.
Oh my goodness.
That's good. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Papa. I've been busy since Leather Rain and my truck got rear. I didn't know your truck got rear.
Oh, shit, man.
Hopefully insurance will take care of that. Yeah, and the grandpa's talking about all those abandoned factories and skyscrapers made Detroit a fucking true goth abyss. Yeah, it was like post-apocalyptic. I loved it. It was spooky though. But there's something to that. That's why they put the Crow.
Yeah,
the Crow was taking place.
Because we love that
in
shit.
Detroit. It was like that. It was a good goth territory, man.
We
and the
love
girls
decay.
were cute. The girls were cute, man. That they had down there.
That's kind of.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Or the whole essence of the goth subculture is like
Yeah.
finding beauty in decay.
Yeah.
You know, we love that shit. Tom Baker said Charlotte sometimes is very gothic. Yeah. They, you know what? They don't play that as much. Charlotte sometimes.
There's no Damar from Clan of Zymox. We love Clan of Zymox.
Yeah.
Zymox.
Yeah, I was saying, and that's a great song.
We went to go see Zymox, and I was going through security like that, and I had my arms up like that, and they were fucking putting the metal detector on me. As the Zymox, the band came in, they saw me, and they were looking at me. I was like, hey, how you guys doing? Like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's right, yeah.
That was a good show, actually. They
Great
played
show,
all their
yeah.
old shit.
Great show, yeah.
They played all their old shit,
Yeah.
some of their new shit, and the opening bands were good too. Actually, one of them was Bellwether Syndicate, and I liked them so much that I bought one of their shirts. But yeah, when they play The Cure,
Cure's always gothic. It doesn't matter what album. It's goth.
usually they'll play like at Mannequins last. I think he played Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good dance song.
Some people are like, well, it's not gothic. Non-goth people will say, well, it's not gothic because it's all upbeat. But we have upbeat versions of goth. We call it perky goth. And a lot of fucking Cure was what we would call would fall into the
Except for the Pornography album,
perky goth.
which was straight up,
straight dark.
that's straight up dark gothic.
Gothic.
There's nothing happy about that.
Yeah,
fucking
nothing
album
happy
at all.
Okay,
Which is why that's my favorite one.
Good modern example is Enid on the new Wednesday series. She's a perky goth.
Yeah, she still looks kind of gothy. And
She's got colored hair and everything's colored, but that's a perky goth.
yeah, that's what they called them in the 90s.
That's what we called them in the 90s. Yeah.
So that
Which
was
is a goth chick who a goth people like, but it's not. She doesn't wear a lot of black. She's going to wear a bunch of colors. And she's upbeat.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah.
We're not all like.
Yeah, it's not all black.
We're not all bummers all the time.
Yeah.
Most of us are actually pretty fun. They're pretty
Well,
fun.
a lot of girls a lot of times the girls that wear black, they do only sometimes, and then every now and then when they're in a good mood, they go to the club. They're going to wear a bunch of colors.
Yeah.
And then they're like
Or black and color. Well,
black
because I
with
do that
colors
too.
on. Yeah.
Like, I have a couple shirts that are like black and like hot pink or different shit like that.
Yeah.
I
Depending on the mood.
mostly wear black.
Yeah, but in the 90s, a perky goth strain came out, they were goth girls that were counter black, counter dark goth. But they were still goth. They were still enjoyed the same music, and it was in the same frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just more upbeat. But like I said, and the music is like that too. Like I said, some of the Cure songs are kind of more upbeat. And, we go to the 80s nights. I like a lot of that upbeat kind of 80s music too. And a lot of goths like that.
Yeah.
So it's not really that unusual.
So
it's not all like fucking.
Right. So if you're watching the Wednesday series with season 2, don't think that Enid is not goth. She's goth. She's just perky goth. It's part of the same thing. That's all Tim Burton stuff and all the goth writing. They know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean they grew up in the same fucking shit.
Yeah, and even it's not the original. That
was a later spin-off.
That was a later spin-off, and I would say even the girl who was the mini me, she's goth.
Yeah,
just a different kind. I would say she'd be accepted. That kind of shit. She's awkward.
Yeah.
She's trying to fit in. She's trying to fit
on
in.
the spectrum.
She's trying to fit into the scene.
Yeah. But like I said, she kind of chilled out. I liked her little character arc that they
and
had
everybody, when we've been around as long as we have in that scene, people will evolve. As they appear in the scene, a lot of them will appear and they don't last, and you never see them again. Some of them will show up, but they'll be with it for years and years. They kind of change over time. And it also depends on age group. We're dealing with old now. Me and Jan are dealing with the elders. They've been around for a long time.
They've been around since like almost the beginning.
Right, but the young ones, we see that shit happening. That's kind of like watching. That's kind of like watching like teen drama for us. We're like, okay. We remember those days.
Although
and they kind of come and go.
You know what's kind of funny to me?
Yeah.
Is that I know there's kind of a conception that the goth scene is all this drama and stuff like that, but in my experience,
not with the older people.
It's less drama. Than normies.
Yeah. Well, they're not in the same scene long enough. They're moving through. They don't have regular places that they go to a lot of times. But I would say that because we're older, we're already kind of settled in. The younger ones do have all kinds of drama, but it's just
that's just young people. That's not that scene. Yeah, that's just everybody.
Yeah, that's just the way it is when you're in your late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, and like shit's drama. That's
they're
just
gonna do all kinds of drama.
That's how everyone's gonna roll.
They're
Once you're our age and you don't really give a fuck. Anymore.
We laugh at that shit. We're like, okay,
oh, look at that.
Yeah, he danced too close to you. Okay, yeah, whatever. Although, bitch fucking stuck his fucking ear in my stuck his tongue in my ear. He was dancing too close. Okay, whatever. I mean, I'm used to that shit.
Although, like I said, if somebody did that to me, I might hit you. So, like, don't fucking...
Yeah, but I was just talking about with me. Dr. Michael stuck his fucking tongue in my ear. Okay.
Yeah, but you know him.
I know that bitch. Known that bitch for fucking
decades.
And
that's just the shit that he does.
It's like Uncle Fester coming up fucking with you. You're like,
and you're just like, that's how he do. You know what I mean? And like I said, he's not malicious. Nobody. I know it's weird to explain it, but it's just kind of like
you have to be in the scene to understand.
You have to know him to
it's
say.
It's fucking funny
because it sounds bad. Like
everything is hilarious.
I realize that, but it's just
a bunch
of
drunk people.
Because like I said, if a dude I didn't know did that, I would
totally
knock
different.
your fucking ass out.
Yeah, it's a totally different situation. It's just
and most chicks in there would just pop.
Yeah. It's just
especially if you did that kind of shit to like Shauna or something like that.
Oh yeah.
She'll kill you.
Shauna's from Brockton.
And she will beat your ass.
Yeah. You dance too close to Shauna and she doesn't know you. So, who's this motherfucker? Yeah.
Yeah, she'll.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen. Well, but remember back in the day when Ibar / Memento Mori was still downtown.
Yeah.
And that one douchebag came in. I can't remember what he looked like. They all look alike to me. But, like, that one douchebag came in, and she was up there dancing like she does, and he was just, like, fogging up, like, coming up on her ass like that. Man, she just, like,
Shauna's mom's from fucking Switzerland. Is that what it was? Where was it? Somewhere in Europe.
They had to drag that dude out.
And then her dad is from fucking Jamaica or something.
It's not Jamaica. It's like but it's a Caribbean island.
It's
I just can't remember what it's called.
And she's from Brockton. I'm trying to get a picture of her. That's her right there, with the pink hair.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's
that's not normal.
And that's Jen.
Like that's Halloween.
She doesn't normally have that pink hair. And that's Jen next to her. Okay, and that's me over there with the Bane mask. And then between us is. That's Cheryl. That's Charisse. She's a nurse at Orlando General. But no, this girl here.
Also Toby.
That's Toby. This girl here, man, fucking, she dances super well. Real good looking.
She comes from like kind of the punk skater.
Comes from she's a Boston skin.
Yeah.
Boston skinhead girl.
But not the racist skinheads.
Most of the skinheads weren't racist.
Yeah. There was two contingents, I think people forget.
She was into ska.
Yeah.
A bunch of ska music and fucking oi music. Which is like ska.
But she likes a lot of shit. She likes all that kind of shit.
Dudes
she DJs sometimes.
Yeah, dudes that dance up on her and she got fucking pissed as shit. I don't fucking know you. She'll punch a bitch.
Because, babe, she's married.
Yeah, she's married.
It's just like her husband, who's also cool, he doesn't really like the club scene, so he doesn't come out. So she always comes out on her own. But everybody knows her, so they know don't fuck with her. Yeah. And honestly, if anybody tries it, I'm just like, please don't fuck with her. You're going to regret it.
Yeah.
I was like, she will punch you right in your fucking face. And everybody knows her, so they're going to kick you out. I saw it happen. Like I said, it happened at Memento Mori one time.
Yeah.
Years ago. Dude had it coming, though.
You fucking her up.
You know? That's what I mean. He had it coming. Dudes like that need to be punched in the face more. Maybe they'll learn. I mean, they probably won't because they are probably stupid, but you know what I mean. Holy shit. Now that like Tom Baker brought up Charlotte sometimes, I always wonder why they never play that. I think I've heard it maybe once or twice, that Barbarella.
I don't
but
know
it's like
how
when
danceable that is now. I'd have to go
it
back
kind of is.
How many beats per minute was that bitch?
How many beats per minute?
Yeah, because that's all a DJ cares about is how many beats per minute. They're looking
like I
at
said,
how
if
many
he
beats per
plays,
minute.
what does he usually play if he plays The Cure? I'm thinking of Barbarella now. He usually he'll play Boys Don't Cry or Let's Go to Bed. He plays that one a lot. Trying to think. Like, he plays The Cure a lot, I feel, but it's mostly those two songs. Oddly enough. Sometimes they'll play Burn. You know?
Yeah.
Like, early on in the night, like, before people are really dancing. Which isn't... That also isn't...
Here's the problem with The Cure. In most scenes, The Cure is kind of like overplayed. So they kind of try to stay away from The Cure.
Yeah, I'm ambivalent. Like I said, I really like their earlier shit. Like their Pornography album is my favorite, like from 1982. But yeah, but a lot of times they'll play kind of more upbeat shit. Like what's that fucking? God damn it, what's that fucking? I'll think of it in a second. I'm getting drunk, but
Friday I'm in Love. They do that.
Oh
one a
God,
lot.
I really don't like that song. That's like my least favorite Cure song, easily. That's just it's too happy.
Man,
okay?
who's talking so much in there?
I don't know.
What's that? Wonder why
Is this? I don't know. Is this one of these people that's just like saying random stuff?
Sounds bad. I don't know what you're talking.
That we don't know what she's saying. That we don't know what they're saying. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what's that fucking what the fuck's the name of that song? What's the one that has the video where they all the Dayglow paint on?
I don't remember.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. Man, alcohol is killing all my brain cells, probably.
Yeah.
I'll think of it as I can hear it. I just can't think of the name of it right now. But you know what I mean.
Mac, we have no idea what you're talking about, man. Talking too much.
You're talking too much. But yeah, they don't. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, it's like he doesn't play The Cure a lot. It's usually like he plays like a couple of songs of his. He played The Walk a few times. He plays The Walk. I like that song. That's a pretty good dance song. He actually probably plays the Smiths more. Now that I'm thinking about it, John does at Barbarella.
Yeah, John does. Yeah.
He definitely plays the Smiths more than The Cure. I would think.
Okay.
The joke is that he'll play like he plays other Smith songs, and like sometimes he'll even like throw on like a newer, like Morrissey song, like "Last of the Gang to Die" or something.
Yeah.
Or Irish Blood, English Heart, or whatever, which is like from the 2000s.
David's in there.
Oh hey, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Are you going to Mannequins?
No, tomorrow we're gonna go to.
No, I was asking him if he was going
okay,
tonight because usually he goes on Fridays. I mean, it's 10 o'clock at this point.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. I can't drive in the condition I'm in. Tomorrow
No, you better not.
Tomorrow we're gonna go to the fucking trap.
Yeah. Oh, he says he's not going.
Not going.
Yeah, Girlfriend in a Coma. They don't play Girlfriend in a Coma enough, I feel.
Like that song.
I like that song too. And honestly, whenever he plays, I always wish he played Tomorrow. For some reason, I really like that Morrissey song. They'll play November Spawned a Monster, which has like hilarious video with fucking Morrissey with the Band-Aid on his nipple.
That man says, "Love you both, keep cool," and song request. I don't know what song request.
I'm just trying to.
If you're gonna say something, Mac, fucking make sure we have.
It's just funny.
Context, because we see your comments much late after what we're talking about.
Yeah, there's a lag.
There's a delay.
So it's like sometimes if you're commenting on something in the moment, like sometimes it'll be we'll have moved on and I'm not sure entirely what you're saying. That's all it is. We're not,
we're not being a dick. It's just that we get your messages late, and so we'll probably forgot what you were talking about.
Yeah, we forget shit. We have like goldfish memories.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just funny to think about because it's like now that I'm thinking about Barbarella, I'm like, well, he doesn't really play The Cure a lot much.
He wants to know if we're going to Memento tomorrow. No, tomorrow we're going to go to.
Tomorrow we're going to Memento.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Memento. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking he was talking about mannequins. No, we're gonna Memento tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to Memento tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night. We went to Mannequins last Saturday.
It was pretty good.
And actually it was kind of fun.
Good. Yeah.
Like, there was the requisite normies just standing in the middle of the floor. I had to tell
Taking up space.
I had to tell a couple of them to move because they were just fucking standing there like assholes.
The dance floor is small. It's just too fucking small there.
Yeah, it's like, look, it's a large club. There's plenty of places to loiter. Don't go in the middle of the fucking dance floor and loiter. Yeah. Okay? That's attention whoring behavior, and it's very obnoxious. There's clearly people trying to dance around you, and you're just standing there like a douche.
I would knock a lot of that shit out and then make the dance floor bigger. You know what I mean? There are places where
he has said that he wants to purchase the building next door, like the store next door.
Yeah.
And then not... Because when Mannequins first opened, it was actually half the size of it. It was very narrow. Because he had just bought this one place. Like, when we first went there, before he opened it... And he's like, come down and look at this building that I bought. Like, I want you guys to help me, like, you know, decorate it, or what am I going to do with this? And so we were telling him this and that and the other, and it was really small.
Mac said, no worries, Spider-Man for dinner. Man, get the fuck...
For diner, actually.
Spider-Man for dinner. We don't... He's fucking with us.
You're drunker than we are.
You're drunk. Spider-Man.
And that's saying something. Although Tom's probably a lot drunker than I am, because he was at the biker bar earlier. And I was not. So he has probably 3 or 4 drinks on me at this point. But as time went on, like, as he made more money, he actually bought the little narrow store next door and knocked the wall out. And so now it's like, it's a decent size. It's not a huge dance floor. So if you have a group of like fucking 6 idiots that are just going to stand there in the middle... standing there, then yeah, there's going to be a problem. And like I said, if I'm drunk enough and it's a song that I like enough, I'm going to get mad and try to like fucking urge you off. If I have to like fucking poke at you with my elbows and shit like that, I'm going to do that. Just get the fuck off. I don't understand, like, they have no situational awareness, you know? I would never in a million years go to a club and then just stand in the middle of the dance floor with all my people on their phones or whatever. Fuck off. Like, Jesus. Obviously, like, everyone's trying to dance around you, like, you're just in the way. Like, go out on the patio. There's a huge patio. Go out on the fucking patio. Just piss off somewhere. So, I mean, you know, but we had a lot of fun that night. I really didn't expect to, because I'm ambivalent about Mannequins. You know, I love Big Tom. We've been friends with him a long time, and he owns it. And it's really fun, like 60-70% of the time, and then like the other percentage is like, why the fuck am I here, kind of thing. And you never know how the ratio is gonna be when you go, so you're always kind of like... So I was kind of reluctant, you know, because we weren't gonna go out last Saturday because Barbarella was closed. So Tom's like, maybe we should just stay in and save the money or whatever. And then, like, as the day went on, he's like, man, I kind of want to go out. And I was like, well, you want to just go to Mannequins? They have 80s night. And he's just like, yeah, let's do that. And I'm like, man, hopefully it's not super douchey. It was like 20% douchey, but it wasn't too bad. And because Barbarella was closed, a lot of the regulars from there came to Mannequins. So that made it better. You know what I mean? Because it's like, at least we had an infusion of people that we knew and people that knew what was going on.
Mac says he's from Amsterdam. Where are we from? You must be fucking new to this channel. You must be new to this channel.
I remember that name, I think.
Yeah. If you don't
Unless there was somebody... We're in Florida.
We're in Florida, man. Near Disney.
Yeah.
Orlando area, yeah.
We're about 50 minutes from Disney World.
We just went to Disney a couple fucking days ago.
Well, Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom, yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
If you go to Disney, don't fuck the Magic Kingdom. You want to go to you want to go to Animal Kingdom. I liked Animal Kingdom.
I thought you might.
Yeah, I liked Animal Kingdom. Yeah.
I thought you might. I still want to do. You know, Universal has that new 4-park.
Yeah, I want to see Mario World, man.
I want to see the Dark Universe world.
I want to see that too.
Now, my sister told me, she's like, you got to look at their website because she's like, a couple times a year they'll do a thing where you pay like $200 for a ticket or something like that, and you can go after dark, like after it's closed.
Yeah.
And it's like a VIP thing. All your food is paid for. Like they just have food out and you can eat it.
Right. Well,
and,
when your sister wants to go fucking to Orlando, you tell her we'll go with her.
Yeah. I mean, because she comes down a couple times a year. She usually does Disney stuff because she has passes for that.
Yeah.
So she usually does all the Disney parks and stays on Disney property.
I want to see Mario World.
Oh,
or
look
the
at
dark.
Pookie.
Got Pookie with us. Pookie.
Hi, Pookie.
You happy? Yeah. You mad that I wasn't in there? She's fucking on me all day long.
She is such a daddy's girl.
Yeah. She's just constantly fucking daddy. No, I know. It's ridiculous.
And then it's funny because, like, when I'm in the bedroom, like, if he goes to, like, take a shower or something like that, she just comes over and comes in my lap and she just waits.
Like, it's just constant attention. Yeah.
And then when Daddy comes back, she's like, "Ooh, Daddy's back."
Yeah.
I needed to sit on somebody.
Yeah.
Until Daddy came back. So I
if
was
I'm
sat
in bed,
on Mommy.
she's constantly crawling on me.
She does that to me, too, though.
Constantly crawling. Yeah, and she'll get in between both of us in bed and look at her and then me and then back at her, trying to decide who it is she's going to climb on top of.
Who am I going to sit
on? And if I'm awake,
on?
so come over here. Don't wake her up. Come here. She's like, okay, all right.
Sometimes she does anyway, though.
Yeah.
Although that's why I kind of try to sleep on my side, because if you sleep on your side, she's like, man, fuck that. If you're sleeping on your back, she's like, ooh, prime territory. She's going to like climb right up on your fucking chest.
Yeah.
And then like put her little face in your face. Weirdly, our Bambi, our other kitty.
Nightmare says she always dresses in mini high heels in black. Okay, yeah, you always dress in mini high heels in black, and you're a dude. How much you bet you're a dude?
Well, how would I know?
I don't know. I think that's a dude.
I don't know.
He
says I like
I
Tampa.
get dude energy.
I like Tampa.
Yeah.
I lived in Tampa for a little while.
Yeah.
Tampa's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave says I was going to go last Saturday, but the wife had a heart issue.
Who?
Dave.
Okay,
and we were stuck in the hospital. Yeah, that's right. She has like some health issues. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because we were wondering, like,
is he coming to Memento?
Yeah, you don't usually get a Memento, do you?
Yeah, you didn't come.
I mean, I'm gonna be real here. I like the '80s night at Barbarella slightly better.
We like 80s moves. It gets better for dancing.
Yeah, a lot of '80s music is better for dancing than the Memento music is.
Yeah, he said he's coming. Okay, yeah, cool.
Okay, yeah. Good. Because, man, Saturday nights, man, that's sacrosanct.
Yeah.
I always feel like if I don't go out on Saturday night, I feel like, what was all this toil this week for?
Yeah, they're talking about going on the dance floor and not doing it. Yeah, they go out on the dance floor and just stand in the middle of the dance floor.
I don't understand that.
And they're like, and with their drinks and shit. With people, and like, no, man, get the fuck off the dance floor. You're not dancing.
And then they're just kind of like,
you're like
swaying back or like kind of.
Like, well, we're with our
oh my
girlfriends.
God.
Man, you're not dancing. Get off the fucking dance floor.
I'm like, I'm seriously gonna hit you people.
Yeah.
Like, how can you be that clueless? I don't really.
They don't know what
understand.
dancing is.
Yeah, but if you don't want to dance or you don't know what dancing is, get off the dance floor. I mean, that's obviously what that is.
Put yourself in their shoes.
Go over there by the bar where all the other non-dancing people are.
Put yourself in their shoes.
Obviously.
They don't know how to dance, but yet they want to be center of attention. So what do? You go on the dance floor and just stand.
And just get in everyone's way and
annoy
the piss
we
out of everyone.
know how to dance. No, you don't know how to dance. Get the fuck off the dance floor.
Yeah, there was actually, I didn't get mean, but there was a group of them last Saturday. And I was kind of dancing. I don't remember what song it was, but I was dancing, and it's a good song. And I'm like dancing, and I'm getting into it. And there are other people dancing, like literally, like all around them. And there's this little knot of them right in the middle.
Yeah.
And finally, I was just like, move. You know what I mean? I just got really irritated, and they did. I mean, to be fair. So I was like, fucking move, Jesus Christ. So maybe they knew. Like I said, the drunker I get, the madder I will get. I will get in a fight.
Funny.
Because I don't understand like how people can be like that, not self-aware. I mean, obviously, it's a dance floor. If you're not dancing, get the fuck off. You're in everyone's way. No one gives a fuck about you. You look all like all the other ones. Just move it. You know?
Yep.
That's all.
Matt Matt says it's almost Saturday. Of course it's almost Saturday.
I know, my favorite day.
Yeah, it's almost Saturday.
Yeah, that's why I was ambivalent about going to Mannequins last Saturday. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
But we did end up having a really good time.
Yeah.
Because I'm always kind of like, man, it's going to be so douchey. And I'm going to get upset and mad. And, like, all these people are going to piss me off. But it actually wasn't too bad. Man, we drank so fucking much.
I know. We
Well,
drank.
our tab was so
It was
fucking,
big, yeah.
Our tab was
What was it, like 200?
almost.
Almost 200, yeah. I know.
Well, Heather, the bartender, I love her. She's awesome. She's really good because she knows what we like to drink, like, immediately. Even if we haven't been there in, like, a year. She immediately remembers. And we come in, and if I as so much as, like, drink my thing and, like, look in her direction, she's like,
Yeah.
she brings me another one. And water, because she knows I do water at the same time. So she always brings me drink and water. And then I just, we just lost track. We were having a good time, and we lost track, and then the bill came at the end of the night, and we were like, whoops. I don't think it was quite as big as... What was that? Were we at Abyss that time when it was like $200-something?
Yeah. Yeah, and we came back the next week, and the bartender, she
felt,
was embarrassed. She was like, I really felt bad, but like, yeah, it's all right.
And she gave us a break.
$250, yeah.
So, like, the week after that,
Yeah.
I guess it was Halloween.
Yeah.
I think it was Halloween. And
$250.
we were just having a good time, and
Yeah.
we lost track of shit, and, it happens.
I was drinking expensive. I was drinking Patron.
And, yeah, it ended up being, like, over $200.
$250, yeah.
And we were just, for two of us, but still, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And, so we were like, shit. And then it's so funny because then they had Abyss the following Friday, and we came back, and the same bartender was there, and she felt so bad
Just give us a break.
that she gave us the total, and, like, our tab was like $40.
Yeah. I was
Like, even though I don't think we drank quite as much as we did on Halloween,
Well,
but we
also
drank
gave
a
her
lot.
a big tip too.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
still, I was like, she's like, I felt so bad.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we drank it. Why does, like, you know what I mean? We got to
Yeah.
pay for it. That's happened. I think that happened at the Trap one time at Barbarella because we were out dancing. We usually drink. My drink when I go out, I usually get at the Trap. I usually just get a screwdriver. With the okay vodka. I don't get expensive vodka. And Tom usually gets tequila sunrise. So we're having those, and then somebody by us, like friends of ours, had espresso martinis, and that shit smelled so good. And she's like, "Hey, you want some?" And she gave us a sip, like she gave Tom a sip, and we were kind of drunk at that point. Tom's like, "Oh, we're getting those next time," and we didn't ask how much they were, too much to our detriment. And we got a few of those, and then we went back to the other drinks, and then at the end of the night, they were like, "Yeah, your shit's like
Big
too
Little talking about how much Heather spoiled him. Yeah.
She's so awesome. I love
Yeah,
her.
Heather's awesome, yeah.
I love her.
She's got big boobs too. She's always trying to hit us up for fucking clenbuterol.
Yeah, she's always trying to. We're talking about drugs and weight
Yeah,
loss
she's
and
like,
all
I want.
that.
Yeah, 'cause she used to take clenbuterol and all kinds of stuff. She was a dancer. I don't know if you know that, Big Little. She used to be a stripper at like a high end club, and she's all natural. Those aren't implants. But she was like a dancer when she was like around 18, 19. And I don't remember the name. Do you remember the name of the club? She told me what it was.
I couldn't really
She
hear.
was at a
when
gentleman's,
she said-
what they call a gentleman's club.
That's hilarious.
Gentleman's club. One gentleman going.
It's a strip
That
club.
was back in the day, though. Gentlemen don't go to that shit anymore.
Gentlemen didn't go to him back then either.
Yeah. It was.
They just called it that to make it sound better.
The gentlemen were simps.
Well, that's not a gentleman,
It's
is
a
it?
simp. Yeah, it's a simp. Yeah.
That's just some loser
It's a simp club.
that thinks the strippers like him.
Yeah.
Because he's spending money.
Oh yeah. Fucking trying to pay to get attention.
She digs me, really.
Yeah.
Even though
Although I would go to Rachel's to eat the food. I've been to there. I liked Rachel's. Rachel's was a nice place. But I'd just go to eat food if I went there.
Rachel's actually has
Yeah.
decent food.
Me and Jen went to Rachel's and fucking the strippers fucking loved Jen. We were fucking having a great time. Fucking I'd just go there to fucking dance and eat and drink. which is what they have a bike night and everything. That's really what they're doing.
I mean, the thing about, I mean, Rachel's has been here
Forever.
Rachel's is like an Orlando
It's a staple.
icon.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty classy. I've only been a couple times, but we went one time because Hector, R.I.P.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
Fairly recently. He was the bartender from Venue 13, the goth night.
Yeah.
And
they were having
battle of the bartenders.
Yeah.
So they had our bartender from Venue 13 and then another bar. I don't remember who the other fucking one was, from some other bar.
It's a battle between the two bartenders.
So they had all the goths show up.
Yeah.
And then all the other, whoever the fuckers were from that other bar.
Yeah.
I don't remember who won.
They won.
They did?
But they won on the back of one guy
Oh.
who spent thousands of dollars who was trying to who was buying drinks for other people.
Lame.
Yeah.
All right.
The simp.
Figures.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But we went there with Kaylee, our little girlfriend. And she's the one she died from cancer.
Also R.I.P.
Also dead. Yeah. Poor little girl. Cute little goth girl that was friends of ours. And fucking Kaylee fucking was just like, Tom, go get that girl over there. Go bring her to me. Fucking, fucking, what's it going to cost for a dance with her? That kind of shit. It's just fucking funny. Kaylee was a little bitty fucking Irish Mexican girl, little from Texas.
Oh, Dave says I miss her so much. Yeah, we all do.
She was darling.
Man, we used to
She
pick
ended
her
up
up.
dying of cancer.
We used to pick her up every fucking Friday to
Kaylee
go
was
to
like
Venue 13.
Kaylee was
every
like
Friday.
Kaylee was our
we picked her
sidekick.
up.
Yeah, Kaylee was our sidekick.
Because she didn't have a car.
No, she was a mooch, but she was cute. So
Yeah,
you're
she
like,
was
come
a
on,
mooch.
all right, come in the car.
She wasn't there.
Tom, can you buy me a drink? Yeah, all right, I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah, she never had any
Yeah,
money.
she's like,
Poor thing.
Yeah,
She never had any money.
lived in a trailer park and shit. She was fun.
Yeah, we used to pick her up and drop her off every
Yeah.
fucking Friday.
Yeah,
She would call us like
my
every
friend
Friday.
Mini-Me
You,
was
you
just
guys
a-
going? You guys going?
Yeah. My friend Mini-Me, he was fucking just totally in love with her. Fucking Matt.
Yeah. Not the
No,
other.
it's different
Not
Mini-Me.
the other Mini.
Yeah, Matt was totally in love with her.
Yeah.
Fucking, he would call her every day when she was dying and fucking talk with her and fucking it fucked him up. And then
his mom died.
and then a month later,
like,
his
right
mom
around
died.
the same time.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
And I saw him and he was all sideways and I grabbed him and I says, "Don't you fucking do anything stupid." He goes, "Yeah, I know." And it was a total fucking that ain't on you. It doesn't mean anything. That was a total coincidence. He's like, yeah. And I says, if you kill yourself, we'll fucking piss on your grave.
I mean, it's
I
a
said,
lot.
This is not. Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
like,
but I mean, it's a lot to process like in a short time.
Yeah. Matt.
You know, he was going through it
Yeah.
for real. I mean, we all were, but it's just he had all of that happen at one time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's a sensitive dude. Like I've talked to him a lot of times.
Yeah.
And, you know, he takes shit to heart.
Yeah, he takes you to heart, but he won't listen. He won't listen. I tell him.
Which I get. I do that too, but it's just kind of like
He's got bad dietary habits. He's a super taster.
Yeah.
So everything tastes funny to him, and he can't eat anything. And I said, dude, you got to have to get on testosterone, or you're gonna fall apart because your diet is shitty. He goes, yeah, but I can't eat this and that. I says, yeah, I know, and you're gonna die if you don't get on test and start eating protein. But
because like literally all he would eat was like spaghetti,
popcorn and rice and spaghetti,
like white,
anything that's
starchy.
white, that's all you'd eat.
like starchy food.
Yeah. You can't.
Do you remember that time? I don't remember if it was Venue 13 or it was another club, but he went with us, and it was somebody's birthday, and they had cake. He wouldn't even eat cake.
Yeah, we need cake. Yeah, he's got psychological problems.
Who doesn't eat cake?
Yeah.
Like that's. I was like, that's. Oh, you know, I'm into. I was a picky eater when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I got over it.
Dave says if fucking Cady was my bodyguard, her mom was cool as shit. Yeah, her mom was cool, and her
Yeah.
dad was cool too.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah, because like I said, for years, man, we picked
Yeah.
her up every fucking Friday, and some
Yeah.
Saturdays too.
Yeah.
Actually, Friday nights we usually picked her up and went to Venue 13, and then Saturday nights we usually picked up Sonia.
Yeah. Count Orlock just showed up. Haven't seen him in a while. Yeah.
Oh, Dave says I got a tattoo of Kaylee on my shoulder. That's so cool.
I didn't realize that, man.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was a tragic death. Just kind of came out of nowhere.
She was fucking.
She was
what,
only
34,
like
man.
34. Yeah, she was
Something like
young.
that.
Yeah. Young. She
Sucks,
was young.
man.
She
that
was
shouldn't happen to anyone.
a very kind of bubbly personality and fun, and she was a bisexual chick, but was more into girls. She didn't really have a good lot of options in terms of guys, except like simps. And she went to the club and she hung out with me and Jen. And everybody loved her. She was funny. And then just out of nowhere, she just came down with fucking cancer. It just ate her up.
Yeah, like in a
within
weirdly
a fucking
short time.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Yeah, it's fucking scary. It could happen, but that's just the way life is. You know what I mean? You're eaten by lions, or you could be eaten by little bacteria, or eaten by some kind of glitch in your DNA.
Anyway. Just fucking appreciate the people that are around you right now, because you never fucking know, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, she's just like... Well, I had an uncle that died from a brain tumor, and he was 32. So
yeah.
Same kind of thing. And our friend Jen also died.
She died of a brain tumor.
28. She was 28.
Yeah.
Or 29.
She's there at the club with you one day, fucking, you know, saying, how are we going to make this happen? Fucking, you know what I mean? The next thing you know, she's dead.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like you would think... I mean, I guess most people from the outside would think, people from the goth scene or something like that, it'd be like drug overdoses and stuff. We know a couple people that have died from drug overdoses, a couple.
Yeah.
But it's like most of the people we know that have died...
Cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer.
And
Because then
young.
what's her name died of cancer? She died of that ovarian cancer, just fucking ate her up.
Yeah.
What was that cutie's name? Fucking,
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she was real cute.
Yeah.
And a guy from England fucking wanted to marry her.
Yeah, that's right.
And she was dying.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And then, our friend Tracy had breast cancer, but she's doing okay though.
She survived that.
Yeah,
she got her breast cut off though.
Yeah, she had to get a mastectomy.
Then she gained a bunch of weight from all the fucking medicine.
From all the drugs, yeah.
All the drugs, all the medicine, yeah.
She comes out every now and then.
Yeah,
So.
she used to. She was one of the Mickey Mouses at Disney. Little bitty woman, nice. And yeah, after all that fucking medical problems, she's just fucking totally round like a bowling ball, board thing. I think it's just the drugs and the diet and the fucking recovery or something. But she used to be very athletic looking. What was she? 4'8" maybe.
She's very small.
Tiny.
Because like I said, I'm short.
Yeah.
But she was way shorter than
tiny
me.
little pretty ginger woman. She's in her late 40s now.
Maybe older.
Maybe older. And she's younger than me.
Was she? Okay.
So maybe
I thought she
50.
was about the same age.
No, maybe 50.
As I was.
Maybe 50, yeah.
We got a super chat from Count Orlock. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
It said, sorry I'm not avoiding y'all. Life happens.
Right.
Yeah, I understand.
That's all right.
Like I said, you know,
yeah.
You guys can come and go in the chat.
Yeah, it's Sidetracks. We're doing a party show. Fucking anything you guys want to talk about, you can drop it in the comment section. We can go.
Oh, Dave says something funny. I live in Fern Park, right behind Rachel's.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Man, I didn't realize that's where you left. Where you lived.
Half of the club got fucking shit faced at Rachel's one night. Man, you missed it.
We were so drunk.
Yeah,
that
fucking
night.
Mark.
I don't think I've ever been that drunk.
Mark and Laura fucking wasted. They had to sleep in the fucking.
I think they slept in the parking lot.
They slept in the parking lot. They couldn't drive. I barely made it back. I had to get Kaylee back. I gotta get home, and I was just driving. You know. Yeah.
That was a crazy fucking.
Yeah,
night.
It was a good night though.
That was we had.
It was fun.
That was a lot of fun, but like yeah. Ooh, I don't remember being that.
The
drunk.
strippers were all over Jen. They were all over like Jen and
they just wanted to tell me their problems.
Yeah, yeah. They were complaining about these dudes suck, and we got to work here all day.
And I'm like, baby, I know.
And then we can't go to the club and all kinds of weird shit. You know, why are we here? You know.
Well, that's what I mean. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like strippers. I mean, some of them are like in the scene and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like they got to do this to make money.
They can't go out. Yeah.
And they can't go out.
Yeah.
And it's like they probably don't want to after being like, you know, fucking pawed by
these simps, all
day.
these fat, all these fucked up looking simps, and they're like, you know.
That's got to be a depressing job, man. I kind of admire like women that can do that because
the drudgery.
Woo, I wouldn't have any fucking patience for that. That's for sure. You know?
Yeah.
Then you gotta then they pay extra and you gotta give them a lap dance and pretend to like him and stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think it's more than that.
I
Actually.
can't do that.
I think they're actually giving hand jobs and shit.
They probably are.
I think they're giving other shit, but I think because they have private room, we go to the private room. What happens at the private room? Well, you know what I mean? What is this all about?
I mean, I know they have security and stuff, but I don't really know.
I don't know how strict they are.
Right. Obviously you have to have somebody that I don't know if they're watching them, so somebody can intervene if some bad shit starts to happen because that
But how up and up is the security? The security might be on the
Yeah,
tape.
see, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. So I'm not, if anybody knows anything about that, I'd be curious.
I'm not a big strip club dude. I dated strippers. I didn't really. This is a long time ago, and I didn't really pry into that shit. I didn't give a fuck. They were all goth girls,
Yeah.
And you didn't really
Just
pry
doing
into
it to make money.
They're just doing it. So I didn't really pry to that. I just know that they would buy me breakfast. You know what I mean?
That's
hang
nice.
out. They had money and they had time. So I don't know exactly what was going on. I didn't ask, and at the time I didn't really care. Just as long as I was having fun,
Well, that's
It's not like I was trying to wife her up or anything,
Yeah, you were just doing your thing.
Yeah, we're just dating, having fun.
And you were just being regular with her, which I'm sure she probably appreciated.
Well, if I ever went out with strippers, I met them at
Yeah, you
Mamre.
didn't. It
I didn't
wasn't
meet 'em
like
strip
you were
club.
at the strip club.
No,
You met him at the goth club.
You're right. I just met up at the goth club.
So you wouldn't even know they were a stripper initially, maybe.
You could tell. No, you could tell by the way they danced. They danced well. They looked good, and they had money. And usually the word was already out
That they were a stripper.
that's what they did.
Yeah.
And so it was, but it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm kind of, I would not be able to do that job, even if anybody wanted me to, which they don't. But
You could. You just wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't like it.
It would drive you up the wall, probably.
Nah, I don't really want to fucking deal with desperate, sad dudes all day.
I don't. Yeah.
And have to pretend to be into them and smile at them.
In the 90s, this was
Gross.
before the internet was really big. I think the scene was a little bit different.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's like now. Now
Whenever
that there's internet porn.
Whenever I ended up in there, it was because I was with army dudes and we went there together, and it was close, and it was more like close to where we were at the time. And it was like a casino type environment.
Right.
It wasn't anything you take seriously, and you were mostly drinking and talking to your friends, and girls dancing, and you give them a tip.
It's like, oh yeah, okay.
Not really a big deal.
Boobies.
So yeah, and it was just kind of silly, I thought.
They are kind
And
of.
it
I
wasn't-
always thought they were kind of.
So I never really got the simp angle where you're a desperate dude there, you know what I mean, and you're trying to get.
They're like 2 in the
Yeah, it's just
afternoon.
it's 2 in the afternoon. It's never. So I don't really know what.
She digs me.
Yeah,
Okay,
she
all
loves
right.
me, man. I'm gonna tell her all my problems, that kind of shit.
And she's just like.
So I never really had. So I don't really know what that was like for them. Because I didn't really give a shit.
I would want to kill myself, seriously.
Right.
Like having to deal with that day in, day out.
Right.
No thanks.
So it was just kind of very superficial, kind of like fun, upbeat. Yeah, hey, but yeah, look, she's gorgeous. Yeah. And then you're talking to your buddy and you drink, and you know what I mean. The drinks were kind of expensive, and you weren't there long.
Yeah,
It
that
wasn't
seems
really
like
big
really the only. I think the only other time, other than the time we went for the Battle of the Bands, I think the only other time I went to a strip club was I was at some party. It was like a bachelorette party or something like that, and everybody was like, "Hey, let's go to." I don't remember what strip club it was. Hey, let's go. I was like, "Okay, whatever," and it's just I don't even remember.
Okay, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you went with the Battle of the fucking Bar Sticks. It was normally just like that.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Not really a big deal. But they got some dudes that's their action. That's the extent of fucking their action with women is that.
That's what I mean. That's kind of sad.
But I don't.
Actually.
But that's an older generation.
Yeah, I'm not sure
And
how
I don't
common
think that
is
exists anymore. Yeah.
Because hello, porn is free.
Yeah.
So
A lot of that had to do with the
out of
fact.
your house.
A lot of that came from an era before VHS tape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you could jerk it at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what that whole thing was.
It still exists, obviously, but I don't really know what the dynamic is like.
Well,
nowadays.
I think. Well,
is it all old dudes?
You could ask David, but the last I ever checked in with that was at Rachel's when you were there and around that time.
Yeah, I was with you.
Is that it more had to do with buffets and
yeah,
drinks.
they have other stuff.
Yeah,
like they had actually had good food, like steaks and shit.
Evidently their fucking buffet is awesome there. And you go there and you just fucking, you see the girls, you may talk to them.
Out. It's like, oh yeah, that's another thing that's going on.
Yeah, just like another thing. It's like a sideshow. Yeah,
but it's like that's no one's main focus.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. It was more like buffets, and that they're having motorcycle night or motorcycle day.
Yeah, they have other things going on,
right.
like, other than. Now, Dave says, I never ever was into strip clubs. All my friends are fucking beautiful, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I mean, hello, Jen. Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I mean, I'm not a dude, obviously, so I don't really get the appeal of it, but, I mean, when we were at Rachel's, like, the girls that were working there were delightful.
Yeah. Although I must believe that, I must say that time, I think, has passed. I don't think strip clubs are
it's kind of like how Hooters is having trouble,
exactly.
like all those kind of restaurant type of things.
I would think it's like that.
Because like that, it seems like a very boomer era thing to be doing.
I think that's why I think that because me and Jen used to cam. If you don't know, me and Jen put on.
We did for a while, yeah. When I was out of work and I was kind of we were trying to make some.
Just trying to make it through a month, a couple
which worked.
Months. We
didn't make a fucking huge amount, but I made enough.
Made it through.
Yeah, I made enough to pay my bills.
So the online alternatives, I think, are probably because it's more convenient. Those dudes don't have to get out of the home.
You don't even gotta like put real pants on.
Yeah.
If you don't want to.
Yeah, you can just stay at home and do something like that, and then you could jerk it in private.
And you can interact with people if you want to.
Yeah, right.
Like you got all the cam girls
I think
and
that
stuff.
I think that might have fucking hurt the strip club.
Yeah, big time.
Thing.
Because it's always going to be better to just like stay home and do shit.
Right.
You know, and like I said, we got and we've talked about this before. Like when we cammed for a while, like it was probably like
about a month.
It was like. Maybe, I think it was a little bit longer than that.
A little bit longer than a month? Okay.
Well, we were just kind of, like I said, I was kind of in between clients, and I was just kind of like, man, we need to make some fucking money.
Or we're not going to make bills, yeah.
So we just did that. And,
we had fun camming.
We did, actually. It was actually really fun. But, like, we thought, and, you know, maybe this is uncharitable, but we thought it was just going to be, like, a bunch of fat losers, or, I don't know. So we just thought it was going to be a bunch of losers.
Yeah, no.
And it really wasn't.
No.
Like, most of the people that paid... like to watch us do stuff were actually like pretty cool. It's mostly like largely the best clients bisexual dudes
from England.
Yeah, British
guys,
largely. Like there was a couple American ones in there, but like most of our best clients were
and
British,
they tended to be
bisexual men,
and they tended to be fitness guys.
Yes,
they were dudes that weren't intimidated by the way I looked. So they're like, hey, you know, yeah, you look great.
Because it was dudes that were specifically looking for couples.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were pretty chill. They didn't care what we did. They were just like, we just do whatever, you know.
Yeah, they're like, well, one British guy was just like, hey man, I love y'all. Just show me a good time. Put on a show.
Yeah, he didn't have
whatever you want to do, and then and they're like, oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, we did. It's a lot better if you just do it because there wasn't like a menu of shit that you have. They're just like, show me a good time, and fucking we set the camera up and like, yeah, we're doing our thing, and fucking then he's paying per minute.
Yeah, it's like so much per minute.
Yeah,
I think
we had fun doing that.
We did actually. I had a good time, but it's just that
waiting for the fucking
I think that's what I didn't like about it is that you had to sit around
waiting
for like hours. Like it's a real
horrors on the street waiting for the cars to go by.
Yeah, pretty much. It was kind of like that.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of like sitting around. You can't really the app that we used, which was Streammate.
Yeah.
You can show like tits in just the regular whatever, but you can't do anything else. So, I mean, some people did, because, you know, if you could try to get away with it. But you were trying to, like, entice people into a private show so they would pay. And then you could do whatever you wanted. but it's like out in quote unquote public is what they called it. Like you could show tits, but that was about it. Like you couldn't really, you could do suggestive shit, but you couldn't do anything like explicit. So you had to like wait around. So a lot of it was kind of like just sitting in here in front of the camera, just kind of like trying to be like,
listen
hey,
to music and wave or something.
Listening to music,
people coming, you talk to
drinking,
them. Yeah.
like kind of trying to look like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you sit around for 6 hours.
And like nothing.
Well, you sit around 6 hours and you only get 3 or 4 hits, but you might make a couple $100.
Yeah.
So,
but a lot of it's
most of it's downtime.
Most of it's kind of boring.
Most of it's downtime. Yeah.
You're just kind of like,
and then out of that couple $100 you made, it was only fucking 15, 20 minutes worth of work.
Yeah.
Just it was busted up a couple minutes.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like it's fun, but it's a lot of
it gets tedious.
But it's boring.
Yeah,
and a lot of it's just kind of waiting around because it's like you never know when somebody's gonna happen into your shit and be like, hey, and they're gonna go in a room, hey, do this, that, and the other thing, and then they'll pay.
They'll ask you from weird shit like, okay, I got this fantasy about this enchanted island where the men with the fucking slave girls and they eat you up there.
Specific.
And weird shit, but we made a lot of money doing that.
We did, but I was just like, man, I'm not good at that. I was like freaking out because I was like, I'm not good.
I think that dude just wanted to see some ridiculous shit happen. Really,
I guess because man, he had very specific demands, which I'm not really into. That's why I was a lot more into like I said, the British, mostly bisexual dudes, because they didn't really have any specific. They're just like, just do what you would do if I wasn't here, kind of thing. And it's like I just want to watch that.
Put on a good show, and then you find out that the
much
dude,
easier.
And you find out that the dude is at work in his office jerking it. He's like,
that was so funny.
I'm in here jerking.
That dude was so
the
funny.
office is closed, and I said, really? Yeah.
Are you gonna get in trouble?
He's like, no, I'm the manager. And I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Yeah, and they're like, and
so funny.
And he's like, and I'm married. I said, yeah, what about your wife? No, oh no, my wife would never understand. Yeah, that dude there, he was bisexual, and his wife didn't know.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah, that's
his wife didn't know. So you can't tell her. She says, oh no, she would never understand this. Oh, okay, all right, we understand.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Don't you remember that detail?
I didn't remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that other dude being bisexual. But
yeah, no, the dude that was working in his office.
In his office, yeah.
Yeah, he was bi, and his wife didn't know. Yeah. And I said, can't you talk to her? She said, oh no, she would never accept it. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. And I said, that's too bad. Don't you remember that?
Well, it is because, I mean, I feel like if you're going to be married, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, she didn't know he was.
I kind of feel like you need to lay your cards on the table.
Yeah, he didn't lay. It's England, I guess. So.
No, because a lot of American couples are like that too. Because I see a lot of stuff on fucking Reddit and shit like that, where it's just like, man, and they don't want her to find out, and I'm just like, I feel like I don't know, man. I kind of we don't keep secrets from each other.
No,
I don't keep anything from you.
No. Well, I would think that's kind of a dumb thing to keep secret. If you were into that, you'd let your wife
I mean,
know,
you would think you could have, and it might be a hard discussion, and you have to like get through it. But it's,
that particular dude thought it. He said he said no, she would never accept it. So he knows her better than me. So okay, maybe.
I guess, but that's kind of I don't know.
Yeah.
It kind of bums me out. It kind of bums me out.
So fucking maybe you and your wife need to go out and go suck some dick together. Fucking
Well, I mean, like I said,
break the ice.
And honestly, you might be surprised. Like you might think that about her, but like if you brought it up, in a way, and you're just like, hey, I kind of want to do this and that. Like she might be like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. Yeah. But it's like she might be like, maybe we could, we could compromise or we could do something like that. You might be surprised.
Another thing is that. About a year or so back, I was watching all kinds of videos and about the sex trade and shit, listening to fucking what female escorts had to go through. But they had a guy on there who was a sexual psychologist, and he himself was gay, and he was talking about how he was a nice guy, nice white guy, and he's talking about how many of his clients were dudes that were very confused about their sexual orientation. He said that there are a lot of guys out there that are afraid that they're gay because they think about certain things. And fucking, he was going like, look, if you are looking for a relationship with men, if you have this fucking love for men and you want to fucking hook up with them, then yeah, you're gay. Okay. He says, just because you want some dude to hit you in the fucking booty or do all this crazy shit doesn't necessarily mean you're gay if you don't want to have a relationship with that guy. If your main relationship thing is women, then no, what that is that's a fetish.
Or just bisexuality.
Yeah, well, he was saying that the thing is, he was saying that no, if you're bisexual, then that means you're actually open to a relationship with these dudes. He said there's a certain amount of dudes that are out there that just have dick fetishes.
Yeah.
Where they're just into dick. They don't care about the dude. They don't want a relationship with the dude or anything like that. They want a relationship with a woman. They want to be normal. But they have this weird fucking sexual fucking fantasies about
these
weird.
About
these
dicks. I don't think that's weird.
It's weird for a straight guy. But some straight guys
and I think it's a lot more common than you might think.
I mean, I think a lot of dudes understand, you know, because this is the way I am. You see just a big, nice pair of fucking knockers and shit, you're going to like, oh, yeah. And you're going to want to fucking jerk it to that or fuck that chick, whatever. It's more like a fetishistic thing where you're just into a body part. You don't even care what woman's on the other end of those titties. You don't even need to see her face. It's just those titties. Evidently, there's some guys that could just see a fucking big old dick. That are like, that arouses them, even though they don't want that dude or have a relationship with that dude.
In that way, like I said, that's not weird at all.
It's just a different fetish.
Because a lot of dudes are like that. They can compartmentalize. They get very fixated on body parts.
Right, it's like a body part thing. So, and this dude's looking at a dick and jerking it, or fucking thinking that he wants to fucking blow this shit. But then you go, but do you want to date that dude? Oh, no. And then psychologist is like, well, you're not gay. You just have a dick fetish.
Yeah, that's...
Because he said a real gay dude wants to have a relationship. It's a love thing, you know. And they wouldn't make it in the gay scene because they couldn't have a relationship. They couldn't hook up with these dudes. They're going to be dating girls. I had never heard of that. But that's what he said, and I was like,
I said,
I could imagine that
a lot more.
I could imagine that exists, and he said a lot of his clients were that.
You just don't hear about it much because dudes are embarrassed to talk about it. Sadly, I mean they shouldn't be, but it's because, like I said, I'm sure it's very common, but I don't know. Like I said, I kind of feel like dudes are not really. Even still, it's better now than it used to be, but dudes are not really encouraged to talk about their feelings or especially if those feelings are seen as like effeminate in any way or anything like that. There's still some kind of like a stigma about that.
Yeah, I had never,
and that's a shame.
I had never heard of that before.
That's a shame.
But when that dude talked about that, these clients, I could imagine it. Like,
yeah,
that's just like getting turned on by an ass. They got dudes that get in turned on by pictures of ass. Some
that's
chick's
not
ass.
Weird to me.
You don't even see that chick's face.
It's not weird to me.
But you're looking at that, so I can understand that. And he said that guys are very compartmentalized, like you said, and sometimes just body parts are enough. And that's why serial killers will take a body part.
Yeah.
They're trying to just possess a body part. It didn't have anything to do with a woman. Even though they had killed the woman to get it.
And I think that's I don't know, it's
weird.
Like I said, I don't find that particularly weird. It's just because I know
killing a woman to get a body
part. Well, that's weird, obviously. Weird. But what I'm saying is what I was saying was what you were saying before is not weird to me, and it's sad to me because I kind of feel like in a lot of ways women are allowed to express a much larger much broader spectrum of sexuality than dudes are, and that's a shame because I kind of feel like a lot of dudes are just as freaky and feel like all this, but they're ashamed.
Well, I always thought it was hot, man, fucking seeing video shit, some chick fucking blowing some dude, you know what I mean? Fucking, that's just hot as shit because you're like putting yourself in that dude's fucking position. You know what I mean? Like, that's some hot shit right there. So I can understand how some dudes will take it to the next level where the woman's not even there.
Where,
it's just the dick.
Like I said, that's not weird to me.
Yeah, I never went that far, but some dudes will go that far, I guess.
Well,
and then they go to the next step where they're blowing the dick.
Right.
Which... Okay.
But if I'm just gonna say, if I was and maybe getting back to the dude that we were talking about before, maybe if he said to his wife that, you might be surprised. She might be okay with it.
She
She'll
might,
be like,
but
yeah,
she
all
might
right.
be, oh yeah, I know what you're talking
It
about.
might be him because
Thinking that
he's
she's like, yeah,
weird about it. So he might be projecting that onto her.
yeah.
Because, like, if I was, I mean, you know, not you, obviously, but if I was married to somebody and they came to me and said that, like,
Yeah.
in all sincerity...
Oh, well, she'd be understanding.
I'd be like,
I know how she is. She's like,
alright.
yeah. She'd be like, let me get the camera.
Yeah. I would not be
She's
weirded
into that
out
kind of shit. She loves that kind of shit.
at all.
She
I
loves
would
that
just
kind
be
of
like, all right.
She loves that kind of.
That's
But
also something we could do.
We'll be at the club and shit. I'll be dancing and shit. Some of my gay friends will be dancing with me. We'll be both looking at her, fucking putting on a show for her. She's fucking loving it.
Yeah. So it's
Same
just like,
old shit, you know?
yeah.
Same old shit.
So like I said, so that kind of stuff is not weird to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem effeminate,
Yeah.
like in it, which and effeminate. That's not a negative thing in my mind because I'm a woman. So, and the fact that dudes think of things as negative when they're effeminate is upsetting. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, man. People are complicated. Sexuality is complicated.
I don't really find leather daddies effeminate. Those motherfuckers be power bottoms like fucking.
Yeah, like I said, it's all good.
Yeah.
Like I said, as long as everyone's consenting and everyone's having a good time, I really, whatever,
Yeah.
man. Like you know, I could get into whatever.
Count
Somebody-
Orlock saying some stuff. We read the article, tag y'all. About
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I sent her. I sent her.
Yeah.
The
We
link.
might do a show about that actually.
I haven't looked into that shit.
Eventually. You look like Post Malone. He does a bit.
Yeah.
It's all the face tattoos. Macback says.
Count Orlock says recommendation. Fucking try the new Jack Daniel's Blackberry.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Now I'm not a super huge fan of blackberry stuff.
That
but
might be good with fucking.
I
Jack
will say
Daniels.
that the Jack Daniel's honey and the Jack Daniel's apple
real good.
are both really good.
Yeah.
Mac says, where you two meet?
Huh?
Where did we meet?
Oh, that was it.
We met at
iBar.
At iBar. At
Yeah.
Independent Bar / Barbarella.
Yeah, the old one.
Which is the club we still go to, but it's at a different location.
Yeah.
Now.
That was on Orange Ave.
Yeah, we met
Orange
in
and Washington.
downtown Orlando.
Yeah.
And
long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Probably 2010, 2011.
Yeah,
something
around
like
that.
2009. 2009 maybe.
2009 maybe.
Yeah, it was a while back. Because, like I said, we were, you know, everybody knows this, but...
He was married at that time.
I was married at that time. You know, because we've both been married once before.
Yeah.
I was actually married for 14 years.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I'd only been married a couple years, but I've been single for probably about 7 years.
Yeah. Yeah, he was married for a shorter time than me,
Yeah.
but he'd been single for a longer time. And, but he had just moved here...
More from New Orleans.
Yeah,
No,
like,
actually, it was Baton
probably
Rouge,
like...
really. I did New
a
Orleans and Baton Rouge.
year-ish before I met you, I think. Because I used to see you around. I just
Yeah.
didn't meet you until like a little bit later.
Yeah, I was in the South still. I was in Louisiana.
But yeah, so we met at a bar, but it's a place we still go to, nightclub.
Yeah.
And like I said, I noticed him a long time before I met him actually, and then we just kind of met one night just in passing.
Yeah, we were hanging out in all the same circle of friends.
Yeah, we knew most of the same people, so
Yeah.
it was just kind of like that kind of situation. Let me see. I guess I gotta pee, man. Oh.
Yeah, but let's just go ahead and shut it down. It's getting late.
You sure?
Yeah, and I'll get us something to eat.
Oh yeah.
Aren't you hungry?
Holy crap! It's almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh
Shut it
wait, Count Orlock says best strip club name in Massachusetts is the Golden Banana.
down. Yeah.
That's a pretty good name. I can't think of a really good strip club name right now. Like I said, the one that the place where we go to Barbarella, which is called the Axe Trap, that location used to be a strip club called the Booby Trap.
Yeah.
And it had two big concrete tits on the top of it. It doesn't look like that anymore because that building got torn down, but it was pretty iconic back in the day. They kept the neon sign and the stripper pole from the original, like, as an homage. But it's a whole new building now. But yeah, it used to be called the Booby Trap, which I thought was funny. I never went there because I was too young. But yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap it up because it's like 11 o'clock and we're kind of hungry. And it's Friday night, and who knows what'll happen afterwards. We're not leaving the house. We'll leave tomorrow. All right, so thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us this evening. It's always a good time. Thank you for your super chats. Have a good weekend, everybody. We will be back on Monday to do a movie review. Don't know what movie it's going to be. We'll figure it out over the weekend as we usually do. So yeah, have a good one, you guys, and we will see you guys on Monday night.